Tonight, the Chicago Bulls begin defense of their NBA championship, taking on the Washington Bullets, who are appearing in the playoffs for the first time in 9 seasons. It's the opening round of the best-of-5 Eastern Conference first round.
Plus 6 rebounds, and then without him, you can see the team struggled. They lost 6 games.
Jordan with his first basket, and it comes with more than halfway through this opening quarter.
What I like to do is maximize Michael and force him to defend.
Going past Lewis. And Michael Jordan with his second basket of the game, and the Bulls.
He was fouled. Rodman steps out and takes a shot at him. This is a great crossover dribble by Michael. Now watch as he extends with that left hand.
Wide open, could not convert. Weber has been on the bench a long while with 3 personal fouls for the Bullets. Jordan with a foray. And a very nifty. That is Air Jordan. That is Air Jordan.
That was now just watch Michael take that step. Now how about this nice floater? Beautiful, beautiful finger roll. At the other end, you know, you just like the fact that if you want to score tonight, I know you better be a man, because I tell you, there's a lot of talent.
That's Michael Jordan. He's got 10 now, 40-36, and this game is now being played at a feverish pace. This is Murray tries to tap it in, and now the Bulls tipping, releasing, and he lays it in. 32-39, the Bulls lead, getting down to the 2.5-minute mark. Jordan is left open against the screen, and you can just put it on. He doesn't miss from there. He has 8 points of his 12 here in the second quarter, and Chicago is up by 5. Versatile.
He's only played 9 minutes in this game.
And Kerr with a steal. Great play by Kerr. And here is Caffey. 2-on-1 to Harper. Harper lays it in. That's is Longley. And Jordan with a turnaround. He had Strickland on him. Dick and him. They won't shoot over Murasan. They won't touch that. Here is Harper from Longley. A great feed from Luke Longley.
They have him on Jordan.
Kukoc finding Longley with 7 on the shot clock. Jordan shooting over Lorenzo Williams and hitting. So an interesting lineup in there now, because you've got Whitney, Williams, Jackson, Murray, and Howard. They have 1 member of the starting lineup in there now.
And he's been sitting all night long. He comes in the ball game. There's so much emotion going on right now. A lot of pressure.
6-point lead for the Bulls.
Look out, they're opening the floor now.
This is the last shot. Jordan going around Jackson, and no basket. The foul by Jackson before the shot, and Michael Jordan will shoot 2. Coming in, having to guard Jordan, hit free throws. Very tough assignment, and the Bulls taking advantage of it, which is he's used to.
A lot of the knowledge that he has about the game.
Pretty good guys to learn under when you're at that level. Foul was on Michael Jordan. Brian Williams in the game for the Chicago Bulls gets the pass back from Jordan. And in your face again is Williams, and that is 5 on Chris Webber.
Now this is just a nice catch and a strong move. Brian Williams going for his 8th point of the game. Right now,
Jordan, but you know Michael will get his points.
Between 25 and 28 shot attempts.
Reason down by Michael Jordan. Bulls with the ball and a 5-point lead with 8:24.
Oh, look out, Kerr.
He had all night to shoot.
Well, I'll tell you, Dick, Strickland was calling, pick him up at the other end of the floor. No one went to Kerr because Strickland was coming down the floor with Michael Jordan.
Only the 3rd three-pointer in 16 tries, but a big one for Steve Kerr, who has scored only 5 points since 9 in the first quarter. He's had a drought for a while, and now he ends that drought with a big missing is Chaney. The Bulls have a double-digit lead for the first time tonight. 7:20 remaining in the 4th. Jordan goes right around Calvert Chaney, and a timeout will be called by the Washington Bullets.
That's just a great move by Michael. You see Chaney tries to, chest up on him. No one rotates to pick him up. Why? Weber already has 5.
Lead for the Bulls. 6.5 to go. Jordan loses the ball, regains it, and hits it. Michael his way inside, knocked away by Caffey. He caused the turnover, and here is Pippen. Look at Kerr for 3. He's got it. Steve Kerr may have broken the back, but the Bullets sends his second from downtown, and a 20-second timeout called by Bernie Bickerstaff, but two big three-point hoops by Steve Kerr here in the fourth quarter. For the Bulls, Jordan against Legler. Feels he can do something against Legler. Fall-away jumper hit. Michael Jordan now with 27 points. Jordan coming into this game an average over 36 against the Bullets this year, so he has scored well against Washington. 87-74, 13-point lead for the Bulls. Here is Michael Jordan, and he's got 11 here in the fourth quarter, 29 in all, and the Bulls smell a victory after getting a big challenge for 3 quarters from the Bullets tonight. And Ron Harper will come in, and Michael Jordan gets a hand. Slow start offensively, but ended up with 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. And he just did a terrific defensive job on Strickland in the second half. Bud player of the game is, guess who? Michael Jordan, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And outstanding defense on Strickland. Bulls have now won the first game of the first round in 10 consecutive seasons. Final score tonight, the Bulls 98, the Bullets 86. They have a 1-0 lead in the best-of-5 series. NBA playoff action continues next on TNT as the Los Angeles Lakers host the Portland Trailblazers in Game 1 of their series. So for Hubie Brown and Craig Sager, I'm Dick Stockton saying goodnight from Chicago.
'7 George Murasad, Rod Strickland, Calvert Cheney, and the Bulls with their usual starting lineup. So that means Phil Jackson once again will come off the bench with Dennis Rodman and Tony Kukoc. Hugh Evans, Don Payton, Nolan Fine are the officials as Game 2 gets underway. And going down court, but he blew Michael Jordan right there.
Well, a couple of things that we saw the other night. First of all, the key matchup between Michael Jordan and Strickland. One of the reasons for putting the bigger Jordan on the smaller Strickland is taking.
Coach and Dennis Rodman. Bill Wennington is out the rest of the season. There are some who look at the Bulls and say they are vulnerable. And as I say that, Michael Jordan does the usual, hits the jump shot, and the Bulls lead 6-4. For 10 the other night. Met by Juwan Howard. And as Rodman being chased by his good friend Chris Webber. And here's Michael Jordan. Again, Strickland with the block. Howard kept it alive. Bullets controlling the offensive board. Here's Webber with the hook.
Good friends, Chris Webber and Juwan Howard. First of all, Howard jumped on the back of Webber to keep one of them alive. And then
Game 2 of the best of 5. Jordan. Field for Calvert Cheney. Here's triple over. What a move on a changeup. Winning a record 9th scoring title. Didn't make it to 30 points per game, but averaged 29.6. Another stellar regular season. 5 did his damage to the Bullets in the fourth quarter. Hit 3 late three-pointers.
well, that's enough.
The Bulls 23. Cheney leading the Bulls 11. Michael Jordan leading the Bulls now with 12. So with the Bullets over the limit, Jordan.
Michael Jordan on the quick penetrating Rod Strickland. All season long, Ron Harper, who was so good defensively last year against those smaller.
From the United Center, Michael Jordan is back, as is Dennis Rodman. Jordan off the bench and immediately hits the baseline jumper. He has 6. And here is Bushler. Chris Webber.
A little bit too late, but Tracy Murray is already off and running. They're going to have to find a way to shut him down.
Michael Jordan with 18 points. Tim Hardaway had 20 points, 11 assists. Miami goes up 2-0 with the series headed to Orlando Tuesday night for game number 3. Michael Jordan with 20 points.
So it was in the beginning of the second quarter, Michael Jordan taking a lot of jump shots.
And Kerr gets it off. Quick release.
Mistimed it, giving up the offensive rebound and stick back to Howard.
Jordan. 22 for Jordan. Jordan met by Cheney off the pick. Yes. Leading the Bullets with 16. Chris Webber with 14. Jordan. That's too easy. No resistance.
Well, Michael.
Third quarter. Bullets hoping to tie the series at 1. Here's Jordan going grand.
Ron Harper enabling Jordan to get the ball and just beating Calbert Chaney inside. Bernie Bickerstaff senses it. Is now going to.
Bullets by 4. Jordan cuts it to a 2-point lead. After the rough start, Bulls have hit their last 4 shots. Jordan. And the Bullets want to talk it over. Chanting for Luke Longley. Longley getting position on Harvey Grant. Jordan over 35 for Michael Jordan.
It's a pop open 3. He's had the hot hand.
The tip. Not scored over the last 5 minutes. Howard pops it out. Murray blocked by Pickett. Murray blocked again. Rodman dives for it. 24. In the first half, we showed you this statement from Bulls chairman Jerry Reinsdorf regarding the future of Michael Jordan. Reinsdorf saying, I can't afford it. If we pay that much money again, we won't go to the poorhouse. I want Jordan back. Well, sitting courtside, Michael Jordan's business manager, Asia, there is David Falk. He had a interesting reaction when he saw this on one of the monitors. Ahmad Rashad happened to be nearby and can fill us in. Ahmad?
All right, Marv, David said that it was the first time he had heard of anything like this, and he thought, of course, that it was excellent news, but just like any other employee that does a great job, I'm sure that Michael would be looking for a raise. Marv?
Yeah, 84 earlier today on NBC, the Miami Heat with another convincing victory over the Orlando Magic. Michael Jordan with 39 points.
So when you jump straight up in the air, but Michael Jordan just has such a terrific touch with that shot. Look at this career playoffs for Michael Jordan. 140 games, 34 points, all-time NBA leader in scoring. Michael Jordan really does the job in the playoffs, as you would expect.
Trying to tie the series at 1. Chicago looking to go up 2-zip. Jordan! We haven't seen that move in some time. Going baseline and extending. Open shot to Pippen. Rodman with the rebound. Jordan again taking it to the basket. Well, Michael Jordan, for the most part, has been doing it with jump shots. But he's hit 2 in a row off the dribble.
Another isolation. But Michael Jordan here working against the taller, slower Juwan Howard, able to get the step and the explosive finish on the throwdown, getting by Juwan Howard. No weak side help defensively.
And the NBA season high, 51.
Tracy Murray just doesn't have a chance on the perimeter against Michael Jordan. Just does not have the ability to bend those knees. And you see opening up the middle for Michael Jordan. Rod Strickland too late getting over. And Michael Jordan exploding again. Not with the dunk, but just able to flip it over Chris Webber.
All-time playoff high, 63 against the Boston Celtics. April of 86. Jordan with the fake. Yes. Make it. Pippen controlling the dribble. Jordan setting it up on Chaney. Just fade away. Oh! Amazing move. Standing ovation from this capacity crowd in Chicago.
Jordan primarily with single coverage, able to take it, get Calbert Chaney in the air, shed in, and knock down another jump shot as Michael is really feeling it, and then getting by Chaney, stumbling, looking like he's losing his balance, getting a hand in his face, falling backwards, and Michael Jordan, take a look one more time as Michael Jordan can do no wrong.
And he has scored all 14 Chicago points in the fourth quarter. Starting lineup averaging just under 26 years of age. Pippen for 3. Clock at 7. Jordan eluding Cheney. Yes! Take it. 51 for Michael Jordan.
Michael time and time again working very hard, but running by Michael Jordan, going for those pump fakes, trying to challenge shots. But Michael's moves have just been so definitive all night long.
And Michael traveling on his own personal list up to 51, passing by 2 previous 50-point games against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have not been able to put the Bullets away. We're down to 42 seconds remaining. The Bulls with the ball and a 3-point lead. Jordan double team, beating the guard. 53 for Jordan. The Bulls lead by 5. And
Jordan popping out, being pressured by Calvert Cheney, and Juwan Howard is going to come out to double team, but when he stands straight up, picks his own man up, and basically ushers Michael Jordan right to the basket. As I think
it's both, it'll be 55 points, equaling the most that he has scored since the return from his retirement. He had that 55-point game against the New York Knicks.
Boy, there's a lot of circles there. The red ones are the good ones. You can see that. Michael Jordan did it all over the place.
Bullets do not have any timeouts remaining. Jordan has scored 19 of the Bulls' 22 points. Make it 20 of 23 in the fourth. He has 55 points. This will go down as one of the extraordinary playoff performances in the history of the NBA. Michael Jordan has taken over in the second half, and the Bulls defeat the Bullets 109 to 104.
I was the only one who could get some offense generated, initially, and I just got into that mode, and I couldn't get out of it.
I think it's because you got your groove on.
I got in a great rhythm.
All right, man.
U.S. Airways Arena in Landover, Maryland, as the Chicago Bulls looking to close out the Washington Bullets in this, the third game of their best-of-5 series, leading 2-0, and they're still buzzing over Michael Jordan's brilliant offensive performance, scoring 55 points in game number 2. And another rebound from Urasan. That is his third. Cheney, nice to Weber, and the Bullets are beating the Bulls down the court, and we may have our timeout sooner than we think.
Now that was an outstanding pass by Cheney. Totally unselfish. He could have forced that shot. But Urasan is doing a terrific job on the defensive glass, Dick.
And the Bulls call a timeout. 1 for 5 shooting, and the Bullets are perfect as they lead 14-2.
Right.
4 on the shot clock. Jordan has yet to take a shot, and here is his first of the game, and he picks up where he left off. Michael Jordan, who, as you mentioned, 22 out of 35 from the field. Bring 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Jordan guarded by Cheney. Cheney has done a good job despite the explosion, and Jordan gets the layup, and you may what he's going to get away with. Wrongly playing the familiar high post, the triangle offense with Tex Leonard. Michael Jordan off the screen hits the basket. Jordan apologized to Tex Leonard for going away from the triangle and just taking over the game.
Well, anyone who has seen him play through the years knows that he does that all the time. So I don't know why that was a revelation.
And the Bulls are grateful that he does. 18-14. Pippen misses from downtown, and he missed badly. Here's Scotty getting the pass back from Jordan, and Randy Brown shooting. Not normally a guy you want shooting, and Rodman going easy. And they have to separate the two. Rodman got Urasan in the back, and Urasan fought back. Well, looking to at least tie it up, trailing 18-16. 2:19 to go in the first. Jackson all over Jordan. Jackson scorched to Jordan. And there's Michael Jordan with 3 seconds to go off the glass. Tipped up by Rodman. Rodman gets the basket.
Now, let me get
the triple-double in game 1. The Bulls by 3, 1:25 to go. Michael Jordan going down the lane, and he lays it in. Jordan now with 8 points in the first quarter. The Kukoc with a screen and roll, and Kerr controlling, guarded by Whitney, and there is Steve Kerr finding an open spot on the floor, and Kerr, how valuable is he? Now by 2 one time. Kukoc to Kerr. Kerr fadeaway and hits over Rod Strickland. Back in the game, Rodman has scored 7 points in the first quarter. And Michael Jordan with a couple of fakes and scores over Calvert Chaney. And it's to see that flurry, Dick. And Michael Jordan with a quick move. And that's the score. Michael Jordan now with 12 points. 42-41, the Bulls lead. 2:15 remaining in the half. And a no-look pass from Jordan to Dennis Rodman. So
it'll be interesting to see if they come with a high screen or let him go.
Here is Jordan, unable to shoot, gets it into Scottie. And it bounces in after hitting the front rim. Pippen pulls up in the lane, and Scottie Pippen with his 6th point of the game.
You must play him, and he's a definite major three-point attack man.
Scottie Pippen from the corner, and Pippen now with his 2nd basket here in the 3rd quarter. And once again, the Bulls lead by 4. 50 close out the Bullets in 3 straight here in this first round playoff. Jordan finding an open out. Forget about it. The way Michael Jordan.
Now this is just beautiful. Michael, they cut him off going over the top, down the middle, no rotation, send it down. This guy can shoot.
And he has scored the last 8 points for the Bullets, who with less than a minute and a half remaining in the 3rd, down by 5. Kukoc trying to stay with him.
Nice.
Leaning in. Oh, yes! Spectacular play by Tracy Murray. Tracy Murray on the line with 1:24 to go, and Rodman up front.
This will be a high screen and roll with Rodman and Jordan.
Jordan hits the first shot against Jaren Jackson, who's come in to defend him. So Jordan now with 16 points. 3rd game.
Now just keep an eye on Michael. See, now watch. See, Rodman moves the man out. The defender anticipates Michael going to the middle. Instead, he pulls up. Now Kukoc is...
Kukoc for 3. Short. And saved by Jaren Jackson, but to Kukoc. Here's Jordan.
Somebody's open here.
Jordan, always open, finds an open space. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He's starting to go now. That's his 2nd field goal of the 4th quarter. 18 in the game. See, get it to Strickland. Deflected, and the Bulls with it back.
You always make that statement. Don't pass it to a post guy unless he calls for it.
Scottie Pippen with a 3. He goes up, and it was Weber who got a good job getting a piece of the ball. Strickland beating Howard, and Jawai Howard lays it in. It was the first fast break for the Bullets since the 1st quarter. Howard to it. 4 on Chaney. 12-3 Bullets run, and Scottie Pippen, who has come alive, he had 4 points at the half, and he has 11 so far here in the 2nd half. And on the shot clock, Strickland with a turnaround from the baseline, and a loose ball. Cathy had the rebound and lost it, and now the Bullets.
Nice pass.
Strickland finds Weber, who scores, and it looked like the Bulls fell asleep for a moment.
Well, what happened is they relaxed. Dennis Rodman playing Weber definitely relaxed.
Front court for the Bulls, all with 4 fouls. Strickland controlling now. 11 on the shot clock, and Howard with an alley-oop to Weber. And the Washington Bullets have opened up a 9-point lead. Vincent Howard fired it away. Here's Jordan. Fall away, and Jordan has it.
Well, you know what?
Michael now.
That was a carry. The Bullet bench is going nuts. All right, Bernie Bickerstaff, all the players, they're yelling at Kenny Maurer on the baseline there. They wanted a carry on that.
Tony Kukoc and Luke Longley in the game.
Now this is a slice, and now screen and roll for Michael.
Chaney trying to stay with Jordan, and Michael Jordan hits. Michael Jordan now with 8 points here in the 4th quarter. Has 22 in the game. Jordan
into the
posting up against Chaney.
That's right.
And Longley playing up high. Kukoc down to Jordan, who had a look. Jordan now controlling with 5 on the clock. In the lane, Michael Jordan now with 10 points. Here in the 4th quarter, brings the Bulls to within 4, and it looks like Michael Jordan wants to take it over again here in the 4th. On the shot clock.
Plenty of time.
And here is Kukoc. Pippen, guarded by Howard, pulls up for 3 and hits a big one. A big 3-point basket for Scottie Pippen, who during the regular year was 13 of 23 against the Bullets, and a timeout called with 2 minutes remaining, and the Bullets lead down to 1.
This is a guy during the course of the season who has attempts 5 threes a game. And when you think about it, struggled in the first half. They had to struggle to get it off, and boom, right in your face.
Assist for Ron Strickland tonight. Ron Harper back in the game. Jordan looking for an opening and hit. Michael Jordan, phenomenal, has 26 points, 12 here in the fourth quarter. On the lineman control of Jordan controls, and the Bulls looking to take the lead down by 1:15 to go, and Jordan hits. Michael Jordan, phenomenal. With 28 points, he has taken over again for the Chicago Bulls. He is not to be denied, and the way he plays, he will not let the Bulls lose.
Well, just keep an eye. Now, Michael knows that he can shoot up over the top of Strickland, but he's answering the bell now. He has the feel. He's breaking the pattern of the offense, and he's scoring. Remember, the Bulls have 3 timeouts and a 20.
And also remember that the Bullets have a foul to give. They have a foul to give, and the Bulls call a timeout. 22.1 remaining. 1 point, Washington lead.
Do not foul the shooter.
Jordan and Pippen have 22 of the 24 points the Bulls have in the quarter. Jordan lost it. Murray. Pippen is driving in, and the basket comes to the foul. Scottie Pippen alertly went baseline. He is on the floor right now, maybe shaken up, but a huge basket for Pippen, giving the Bulls the lead, and will go to the line to shoot with 7.4 seconds remaining. And he's going to walk back to his huddle.
Now, Michael loses the ball right here. Now, watch him go baseline. Watch Scottie go baseline strong right there. 2 hands strong. Unfortunately for him, he gets caught on the rim, and he drops down right to the floor, catching his hip. Now, just watch it right here. See, as he falls, bam, that is a hard fall. They'll play our defense. They got the miss, except for one thing. They didn't get the loose ball.
Pippen misses the free throw.
Come on, you've got to go.
It's a 1-point game. No timeouts left. Here's Rod Strickland working against Randy Brown. And here's Calvert Cheney. Shot at the buzzer. And the Bulls have won and have eliminated the Washington Bullets in dramatic fashion. Michael Jordan scoring 14 in the fourth quarter. And a tremendous game as the Chicago Bulls have swept the Washington Bullets in 3 straight, winning tonight by a score of 96-95. Right now, let's go over to Craig Sager.
Well, Scottie, all night.
Welcome to the United Center in Chicago for the second round in the Eastern Conference Playoff. It's game 1 of the best-of-7 series between the Atlanta Hawks and the world champion Chicago Bulls. Mookie Blaylock with the rebounding nearly 7.5 in the first round, and it's tipped in off of Scottie Pippen.
Now the Atlanta's going to try to push as much as possible, but this is just a bad pass. Look how far this is over the head of Mutombo.
Ron Harper on the line. You know, he's like the forgotten guy. 3 for 5.
Oh, great steal.
Steal by Scottie Pippen.
Corbin fell asleep.
And Dikembe Mutombo misses the hook shot. He made a few of those in that fashion against Detroit.
Well, if you notice, he couldn't back Longley down. Longley 7'2", 290.
And Michael Jordan with his first field goal after missing his first 3, and it's a 1-point Atlanta lead. Michael clear out. Jordan, ball away. Michael Jordan now with 4. Well, the Hawks got a good look in and out, and now the Bulls. Look out. Pippen gets free inside and lays it in twice.
Now they have Henderson on him. That'll be an interesting match. I'd like to see Henderson get back, get himself physically able.
Michael Jordan now, who got off to an 0 for 3 start, now has 6 points. Randy Brown, 5 on the shot clock. Scottie Pippen for 3, and he's got it. Scottie made a fine defensive play. Michael Jordan with Kukoc open for 3 in rhythm, and he's got it. First time for Jordan on the line tonight. Here is Jordan against Blaylock, and Michael Jordan now with 9 points.
Well, anytime.
9 on the clock. Jordan And he hits. He had Rakasner in his face, but Michael Jordan starting to find the stroke. Has 11 points to lead all the scorers.
Dick, Michael has 6 inches on Blaylock and Rakasner, and they can do all they want. It doesn't mean a thing, because when he's elevating from that spot, he's fading away. Just watch this now. He knows that it's all over. So does Blaylock know that. You're just looking, hoping that he'll make a mistake. See, anytime he shoots that fade, it's up to him, make or miss.
And a full time.
Well, they know that they have the advantage because of the height. And once they go down inside, see, they have to come quick, but he just negates it by fading away. During the season, Michael averaged 23 shots a game in 37 minutes. But you get the playoff time, his minutes are up to 42 and 43, so his shots are going to increase. You're not going to stop him from getting shot attempts. He averages 26 a game at playoff time.
Steve Smith, a quiet United Center crowd here, stunned at the Hawks' domination of the Bulls in the first half. Jordan with a fall away, and you know number 23 won't let that happen for long. He has a
lot of pressure and in getting the Hawks out in the open floor.
Pippen shooting over Corbin from downtown. That's his second.
From out of the lane. See, they've had very few layup attempts tonight.
Scottie Pippen with another 3, so Pippen on the switch stays with it.
Plenty of time.
And Pippen with another three-pointer. He is sizzling with 3 straight from downtown, and a 20-second timeout called by the Hawks. Weapons. Crowd in this game for the first time since the early going, and Smith throws it away, and Jordan beating Leitner down the court. 15 for Michael Jordan, and this crowd on its feet.
Now, this is where you have to regroup. Your least
really, when you think of the other 4, Jordan misses. Rodman,
first offensive rebound.
And Longley misses. Jordan gets another offensive rebound and hit. And that is persistence by the Chicago Bulls. 17 for Michael Jordan.
He was not very happy. He kicked over the trash can and the ball rack.
Surprise.
Well, when between he and Leitner, never mind what's gone with he and Mutombo. For that forearm shove right there, I'm kind of surprised.
Tony Cooper. 7 on the clock. Leitner now on Jordan. Longley setting a screen for Michael.
Screen and roll.
And 2 seconds over Mutombo. A 3 for Michael Jordan. That's his first tonight. 22 points for Mike. 4 on Hawks. Lead is 5, and the Bulls have the ball. Harper for 3, and it's a 2-point game.
Foul must be on Steve Smith. Harper releases that. Michael was crashing to the boards.
As he's done throughout this game, and Jordan will bring the Bulls to within 1, and he does. 62-61 Atlanta. NBA with Vince Cellini, Cheryl Miller, and Stephon Marbury.
Garrett, and think about the fact that they made the playoffs and they did a very good job.
First, Leitner had the ball, lost it.
Look out, 3-on-1.
Pippen to Jordan.
Oh, yes.
And the Bulls lead for the first time. Jordan with 27. The Bulls were down by 11 at the half. They lead by 2, have the ball. And that's why the world champs. Jordan goes right around Smith. And a foul. Michael Jordan.
Michael has come out this quarter. Any shot that's missed, he's crashing the offensive board. And then this is just a great move showing his quickness. Now here's your strip right there, and then you're coming out on the break. This is just beautiful to watch. They get the defender, Scottie makes him commit, send it down with Michael. And the next play right in here. Now here you go, good head fake, catches Steve Smith, and then the ability to score and evade the shot clock.
And Michael Jordan has 16 points here in the quarter. Longley gets it back, and Jordan with another. 18 for Jordan here in the third, and 31 in the game. Final seconds of the third quarter.
Well, they're flattening out, giving Michael a 1-4.
Michael Jordan, 20 points in the third quarter. What an amazing performance. 33 in the game, and the Bulls lead by 7. For Blaylock. Jordan working against Hancock. Pippen, he's been hot from 3s, still is. 5th. Michael Jordan back in. He has scored 33 points, 20 in the third quarter.
They're going to show you a lot of contact. Now this has been going on all night between Leitner. Now watch, here's a good in the chest. Now here it goes here. You're going to see they've been talking all along. Now there was the one that they called the final technical. Now this is it right here. The referee's version that he went and threw an elbow. So it depends upon the angle, because we have the luck talking during the year, 83% shooter throughout his career. Before his retirement, 84 to 85%. Chicago has all their quick people in the game. You switch on every screen. Do not let a guy get out to the three-point area.
Here's Blaylock for three, and it's an air ball, and it's batted away, and the game is over. And the Bulls, who are down by 16 at one point, have come back and defeated the Atlanta Hawks. Michael Jordan did not make a field goal in the fourth quarter, but Scottie Pippen had 10 points and 29 in the game. Michael Jordan, 34 points, 20 in the third quarter, and Jordan is with Craig Sager.
Well, Michael, you and Scottie put the game away in the third quarter with that run, but what happened on this last play?
Well, he just said switch on everything. And I went to switch, and he didn't switch. I guess he didn't think I heard him, but yeah, it's just one of those mess ups. It wasn't our night all night. From the tip-off, when he tipped it in for the other team, it just didn't seem like things wanted to go our way. But third quarter, we fought hard defensively and got ourselves back in the ball game, and it was a dogfight from that point in.
Do you think this series is going to be like that the whole time?
It could be. I mean, this team is very good, as you know, and I think the first game is always just feeling each other out, seeing what works, what doesn't work. But we know we can play a better basketball game. I can't speak for them, but we know we can play a better basketball game.
Thanks a lot for talking to us, the player of the game. Now let's go back to Dick and Hubie.
34 for...
Welcome to the United Center in Chicago. In game one, a close call for the world champions, but a victory nonetheless. And tonight, the Chicago Bulls take a 1-0 lead over the Atlanta Hawks in the second game of the best-of-7 Eastern Conference semifinal. And Michael Jordan, with a brilliant all-round game, led the Bulls in scoring, free throws, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. A phenomenal performance by Michael Jordan. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Game 2. I'm Dick.
To wear down the defenders.
1 out of 2 for Smith, and you can see Smith's playoff average in keeping with what he's done on the year. Tony Kukoc getting free, and the Bulls running as they did, as Hubie mentioned, 13-0 on fast break points in game 1.
The defense cheated and went under the screen. Michael faded to the corner.
Michael Jordan outstanding from the line, now 23 of 26 in the playoffs from the line. Want to remind you, for him, that's coming up next tomorrow. Game 2, Knicks and Heat at 8 p.m. followed by the Rockets-Sonics game. Atlanta lead. That matches their biggest early lead of this game. Jordan posting up against Smith with the fall away, and Michael Jordan with his first field goal of the game. All right, follows it up, and Kukoc does a good job. Leitner was looking for the foul. Lingered down at the offensive end, and the Bulls with an extra man advantage. Ron Harper taking advantage and has 6 points. Hawks have to get back because the Bulls are trying to run the court, and they do as Jordan finds Kukoc. Kukoc against Steve Smith. And a clear out for Michael Jordan. Leitner tries to double it, leaving Pippen open for a three, and he's got it. Scottie Pippen with his second from downtown. And the Bulls, good pass into Steve Smith, swatted away by Ron Harper. And here come the Bulls again on the open floor. They're dangerous there. Michael Jordan, way off the glass, but Pippen cleans up.
Michael throw a nice fake and then step through the defenders.
Biggest lead for the Hawks right now, 6 points. Michael Jordan has scored only 4, and Jordan with a fall away. Won't take him long to get up there in the high altitude.
Well, if you notice, the Hawks are not coming at him on a double team on that post, so Michael will...
By Eldridge or Kasner, and that's a 2-point basket. Michael Jordan comes back and hits. Jordan has done everything tonight, rebounding and assists. Has not scored much yet. He has 8 points. And starting Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, Craig Sager with us here at the United Center for Game 2. Jordan with a turnaround, and Michael Jordan finding the range. He has 10. And nice pass. And the pass to Corbin open. Those are the shots the Hawks have to hit when they double team the big man inside. Here is Jordan in rhythm. Banks it in. Michael Jordan with 12 points. And the Bulls are down by 3 with under a minute to go. So the Bulls with Ron Harper and Michael Jordan in the backcourt. Up front, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, and Robert Parrish. And going back door is Michael Jordan.
That's the first time they've done that all night long, Dick. That was
Dennis Rodman's antics. They love the way he can rebound as he did there. Pippen lays it in for the basket, and the Bulls take a 59-58 lead. Scott
been excellent, very quietly, Dick, putting together nice numbers.
And Harper gets free for three, and he's got it off the glass.
Let it happen. Unfortunately for the Lakers, they feel it cost them. Big thing is they got to win at home.
Pippen to Jordan on the line. Jordan has gone backdoor several times tonight. He's got 18.
That was a beautiful.
Jordan posting up.
Clear out.
10 on the shot clock. The double comes, but Jordan tipped up by Parrish. Robert Parrish with his first points of the game, and the Bulls have a 1-point lead as the Bulls have not really shown their championship form in any of their playoff games yet this season. Jordan, but they always have him. 76-70. The Bulls, Michael Jordan is on the bench, but Mutombo is in the game, and Blaylock is going to fire with one on the clock. Hits his 8th from downtown, 8 of 9, and the Hawks have their biggest lead of the game, 9 points on the first shot of the fourth quarter.
At the end of 3, the time the Bulls have been able to get to the lane is when they have been running backdoor from the wings.
Jordan with a turnaround. Michael Jordan, 22 points. He had 14 at the half. And the Hawks
for that jump shot.
Bulls have 15 seconds to try the shot. Jordan wide open. Michael Jordan with 24. Remember, Jordan had a 55-point game against the Washington Bullets in Game 2 of that first round series. So he has taken the game into his own hands countless times, competing with the world champions.
See, they're switching on all ball crosses, and it's caused the problem in these first 2 games.
Jordan, foul, basket counts. Blaylock was on his elbow. So Jordan complaining about the non-call on Ricasner, which he should have gotten, will go to the line and a chance for his 27th point.
Michael has been automatic. Anytime that Mookie is on him, he runs him right into the post in the triangle and then does that right there. He turns to the baseline, shoots the fadeaway, because that negates the double teamer who's coming from the top. He's nowhere in your picture.
Jordan, who went to the line 10 times. Judd Bushler in the game. They've got Bushler in crunch time in the game for the Bulls. Kukoc spotting up for 3, and he's got it. 7-point lead now as the Bulls come back with 2:16 to go, and the Hawks want a timeout. Leitner, and 3 on the shot clock. They triple team Leitner. He goes out and scores against 3 defenders. Christian Leitner gets his 18th point, but too little too late. And the Atlanta Hawks have defeated the Chicago Bulls on the road to draw even in the best of 7, 1 game apiece. The final score, the Hawks 103 and the Bulls 95. So
hanging over their heads is the burden of reaching past excellence. Every win is measured against their previous accomplishments.
We're not doing the things that made us a great team last season, and we're just not playing hard enough to win. What the public and what the media is expecting, or what they're seeing in the past, is us blowing out teams and us dominating teams. It's not happening right now.
After struggling in the opener, the Bulls lost Game 2. Along with battling the Hawks, do the Bulls struggle with lofty expectations or complacency? Even worse, do the Bulls struggle with each other?
We got to have a bigger effort. We got to have a bigger effort from Dennis. We got to avoid the technical fouls that Dennis is getting, and he got to play. He just got to play the game and stop looking for the fans to give him the uplift and just play.
Dennis hasn't really given us the effort that he's given us throughout the course of the season. I think that's obvious. You know, when I'm doing all the rebounding, he's not.
I think that if he's not going to lead us in rebounding, then don't lead us in technical foul.
Are the Bulls starting to come apart? They've lost home court advantage of the series, along with their aura of invincibility.
I'm not ready to push the panic button yet. I advise you guys not to do that either.
Now questions surround the defending champions. Will they have the answers?
the NBA on NBC. The 1997 NBA playoffs.
And perhaps expended too much energy in going to the boards and also following Mookie Blaylock around. Michael Jordan with a tough angle jump shot for a 2-0 Chicago lead.
I noticed with
All right, Marv, the funny thing when you just saw that interaction between Michael Jordan and Steve Smith, Michael was telling me that Steve actually was trying to con him during the game. Every time up and down the court, he asked him, hey, what kind of car you drive to the game today? Next thing you know, he'd be holding him on the other end. So Michael said he couldn't get caught up in that. He'd have to be real physical against him today. Marv?
was due to trying to do so much in the fourth quarter of game number 2, and Michael 0 for 6 from three-point land in that one. And Michael almost got hurt on that play as he was sandwiched by Dikembe Mutombo and Christian Laettner and almost had his feet taken out from under him.
And Dennis Rodman is also checked in. Michael Jordan with his second field goal. It's 2 of 6. And the Bulls now lead by 3. And Dennis shots with the good defense by Chicago. Jordan finding the opening. 8 points for Michael Jordan. And Williams setting the screen. Here's Jordan. Michael getting better shots now. After they were trailing, and then the Hawks put it away. Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan gets the third quarter going with, well, Scottie Pippen with the block shot. And Jordan gets the call on the continuation.
They say he was fouled before he got into the act of shooting.
Made the change. At first, the indication that the basket counted. Foul was called.
Free throw line for his foul shots number 3 and 4.
His fourth quarter, a different story. Overall, just 3 of 13, not able to do it the other night. In game 7 rebounds for Michael Jordan. Pippen with the room. Scottie Pippen. Mutombo. Pippen pushing down. Pippen all the way. Oh, what a move. Scottie Pippen going the distance, and he's tied the game at 62.
Right.
Jordan putting moves on Smith, and then able to hang to hit that jumper.
Michael is getting closer and closer to attacking the rim. Michael finding a little crease in the defense, easily getting by Steve Smith, getting up, hanging in the air, an extra second as Mutombo just never got there. But now Blaylock forcing him away from the middle and getting help from his teammates.
Here, yes. And you can hear the Bulls contingent here at the Omni lot.
Now Michael Jordan has gotten himself one in the lane here, using the high screen from Luke Longley to get himself free. Mutombo unable to get out there and show big enough, and Michael Jordan feeling it when he gets in that little home run trap backwards. You know he wants the ball every time down. But as I curve, Tony Kukoc and Brian Williams.
Brian Williams to the fadeaway. Bushler again keeping it alive, and Jordan converts. So the Bulls lead by 11. This is the biggest lead they've had. Kerr surprised by that pass. Kukoc has to pop it. Tough. Pippen. Like Steve Smith hurt his hand, and the Hawks call for time. And the foul is called on Kukoc. That is his fourth. You get the idea that Dennis is a wrap for today.
The bright lights of the Omni just doing all kinds of damage to Dennis, but he was a very vocal enthusiast on the bench for Chicago throughout this second half, as the rest of the team was really into it, realizing
Kukoc fronting Henderson for the steal, and then leads Pippen. The Bulls 94 and the Hawks 76.
Well, Tony Kukoc eye testing and really wasn't sure if he would be able to continue in the series, making a valuable contribution today.
Down to 15 seconds. Leading Williams. One of the many factors killing the Hawks, the turnover situation, 19 in all, 8 in the fourth quarter, and time has run out. bouncing back in very strong fashion as they defeat the Atlanta Hawks 100-80 here at the Omni. And now lead the series 2-1. Let's go to Ahmad with Michael Jordan.
All right, thanks, Marv. The series 1-1 coming into this game. A lot of people thought this was a desperation game. Did you guys feel that way?
We felt we had to come back and show that we can play better than what we played the other night. And we haven't really played that well in the playoffs at all. But we know we're a better basketball team than what we have shown. And so I don't consider that to be a desperation. We just wanted to prove that we can still play the game of basketball like we know how to play it.
You had said before the game that you needed everybody to step up on this team. You got to feel good because today it seemed like all the guys stepped up.
Yeah, I think our bench really came in and supported, when we really needed it. And, that's what this team is all about. That's how we became champions, when everybody could contribute at certain times in the game. And tonight was, no different.
And there was no panic on your part. You seemed to be well in control of yourself. Everybody coming out here ready to play.
We all were in control. We were not panicking like most people were. And we know it's just one game, one loss. And we can get ourselves right back in position to control this series. And we did that today.
All right, so then tomorrow I'll see you back here. We'll do it again?
Yeah, I look forward to it.
All right. Over to you, Marv.
Michael's the one looking forward. Jordan with 21 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. And the Hawks have been quieted by the Bulls.
Thanks, Marv. I talked to Michael Jordan. He said the key yesterday to the win was everybody stepped up. I asked him to assess his play in the first 3 games of this series, and he said he's very proud about his defense and his rebounding, getting 11, 16, and then 9 yesterday. I said, what about your scoring? He said, well, I'm not too concerned about my scoring because over the years I've found that in order to win a championship, defense is what's important. Marv?
By the bound. So the Bulls lead. Leitner beat the Bulls down court, but Jordan able to recover and came up with a block shot.
He looks like he wants to get into the flow and make a contribution.
Kerr rebounded by Jordan. Michael Jordan with 9 points, and the Bulls now lead 36-22.
Running the floor hard, and with Dikembe Mutombo out of the game, a lot more opportunities in and around the basket for second shots, and that's
his first half. Jordan able to slip away. Crowd was looking for a traveling violation, and Michael enjoyed that move.
Well, Michael's smiling because he didn't think that shot was going to go in. First of all, he was drifting to his right. It looked like the shot was going to go off on the right. But when you're hot, you're hot.
Henderson backing Pippen. And again, the Bulls collectively to the board, and Pippen and Henderson had words. And Pippen being ushered aside.
Well, you rarely see Scottie Pippen get into any kind of altercation with another player, but he felt that Alan Henderson, after this missed shot, in an attempt to go back up there, just pulled him down, which is what he did. And then the leg whip over the top. Good wrestling move by Alan Henderson.
They double up on Jordan. Finds the open. Well, the gamble didn't pay as Mutombo came up high to help out on Jordan, and it left Longley open.
And that's what's back-to-back situation. Michael Jordan looks very quick to me today. Even on that last sequence defensively, moving very quick. But you see him drifting there. Looked like that shot was going to go off right. That's why the little smirk on his face. And then the pick and the roll as Dikembe Mutombo unable to bother Michael Jordan's vision. And what the Bulls keep telling Luke Longley, make that roll and hard cut to the rim and look to expect the pass. It's there because Dikembe Mutombo is not doing a good job on pick-and-roll defense away from the hoop.
Longley, 7:73, and in overtime, Houston defeating Seattle, 110-106 for a 3-1 lead. Michael Jordan right back and having a conversation with some fans at courtside. He claims he was hit once again. 13 points for Jordan.
And conversations, not with Steve Smith, but with a number of fans on courtside. This time, Michael wanting to go up with a shot, little fadeaway there, so Smith really couldn't get to him, figuring next time anything close, he's going to get the benefit of the call because he didn't over-argue on the last time that he was touched on the elbow.
Very few players who have that kind of control to entertain themselves with the game within the game. Larry Bird used to do it. And Michael Jordan has been a master of doing it. A look at Michael during the course of this series, 34, then 27. Did not shoot well yesterday at 21 points, but so instrumental in that turn by the Bulls in the third quarter.
And very perimeter-minded, taking jump shots, but then warmed up, slicing between the defenders, taking it right to Mutombo, hustling back on defense to swat another one away from Leitner, and then the pick and perfect roll to Luke Longley and the old North Carolina point. And the shot chart, 6 for 11 from the field. You see the perimeter shots. Michael now starting to think more, drive to the basket, showing no respect for Mutombo. And I think the Bulls are in that mode right now. They don't care if Mutombo blocks some shots. They feel confident that they can get some second opportunities.
Bulls now lead by 9. But the Bulls right back in the third quarter. Halfway through. And the Bulls leading 60-44. Jordan with some. Yes. Michael Jordan with 15. So Parrish on the front line with Jordan on the inbounds. It counts and the foul.
Well, all the talk of the Hawks having a lot of confidence, and they should have, after almost winning game 1 in this series, winning convincingly, or I should say in fine fashion in game 2, and other than the first half yesterday, have not shown the confidence because the ball's not going in the basket, but really, there is that tendency to not do it at the defensive end. They started out.
Well, Phil Jackson, in a unique contract circumstance, has a clause in his soon-to-expire contract which allows him to talk to any team not involved in the playoffs at this point. Of course, he could re-sign with Chicago. Where do things stand with Phil? We asked him about it.
We're up 2-1 and against Atlanta, and that's where my focus is right now. Trying to be straight ahead. It's real tough. I have to be honest that it's I'm caught in some very tempting things that are going on, but my focus has to be directly involved with the Bulls right now. Michael's, at the edge of his career. He's talking about loyalty. Scotty's a free agent here next year. We're looking at what's going to happen with him. There's a lot of things that are pulling at the strings of unity in this ball club, and I feel if I join in that, disconnectedness that might happen, we might come apart if we don't really stay focused as to what our direction. Dennis, doing whatever he's doing in the outside world has somehow or other pulled the cohesiveness that we've been able to build over the course of a year and a half or two. So we really need to pull it back together.
Well, Phil Jackson.
Well, here's a steal by Kastner. Went for the stuff and blew it cleanly.
Well, I don't know if he changed his mind there, thinking Michael Jordan was going to challenge this shot, but it looked like Rick Kastner was going to be able just to lay this up, and just that little stunt by Michael.
Of 19 from the field. 77-62, Chicago. Luke Longley has returned. Ryan Williams out on fouls. Luke is playing with 5. Jordan. Oh, what a move by Michael Jordan. Calls for time.
Well, Michael Jordan on a spectacular move, taking it up on the right side, hanging in the air, going for the reverse in almost what you might call a typical Michael Jordan play.
Longley was looking for Bushler along the baseline. Jordan had to adjust that shot with Leitner all over him. Michael, you got the ideas. Had a real fun day here.
I've never seen him smile so many times after not only made shots, but even when he's been hit on the arm. But during that timeout, once again, Phil Jackson getting all over his team for their lack of execution offensively. Michael just hanging in the air for the extra second or so to wait for Christian Leitner to go by, as North Carolina loves to do it to those guys from Duke that were right there for them.
It is extraordinary that Atlanta is in this game, shooting only 29%. Michael Jordan with a big bucket. He now has 23. And an
did maybe change the pivot foot there. Looked like his right foot was the initial pivot foot.
Oh, the rejection of Pippen. Here's Smith for three. Yes. Steve Smith only one Hawks within 5. A minute 10 remaining in the fourth quarter. Man of defense. Jordan in trouble. Hawks looking for a timeout. It's called a traveling violation. The call by Hugh Hollins on Michael Jordan.
Well, the Hawks have had fouls to give over the last minute or so they can afford to be very aggressive, to reach in there, try to get some steals, and if they don't get it, commit the foul. No harm done, but they were able to force the walk there.
Imagine what the thoughts are of Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. He was able to hit some history of controversial calls made by Hugh Hollins against the Chicago Bulls.
There you see it, 83-80.
Atlanta with a 16-2 run. They've outscored the Bulls 27-8. Oh, look out. Jordan taken down by Rick Kastner. Chicago with 2 timeouts and a 20. Atlanta with 3 left.
6'6". A tough defender, but that's a tough cover for him, trying to watch Leitner around the basket.
Live Tuesday back in Chicago. The Hawks desperately trying to tie the series. After a steal by Jordan. And Michael Jordan extends to an 89-80 lead. Laylock for 3. So the Bulls will go up 3 games to 1. The way this third quarter got underway, I should say the second half got underway, I don't think anyone thought that it would have been a battle down the stretch, but it turned out to be just that. Bulls led by 22 after 3. The Hawks close to 83-80 with 43 seconds left, but the Bulls with a rush able to pull it out, led by Jordan with 27 and Pippen with 26. Again, the final, Bulls 89, Hawks 80. Now, except on the West Coast, we take you directly to an all-new Third Rock from the Sun.
Have enjoyed the high level of success in the NBA as Lenny Wilkens, named one of the 50 greatest players of all time and one of the top 10 coaches of all time. He's won a championship as coach in Seattle, brought Cleveland to the steps of greatness, and has turned Atlanta into a contender. But everywhere Lenny goes, he sees the same foe. The foe was there in Cleveland. He was there in Cleveland again. And now Atlanta's on the edge of falling out of the playoffs. And look who's pushing. You've got it. Tonight, Lenny Wilkens goes up against his arch rival once again, this time with his back against the wall.
That's a good start for him. MJ goes right to the basket and lays it in. Ty Corbin for another 3.
Well, Pip, are you there? There he is. Good run out.
Yes, I am. And missed it. Luke was right there. Scotty might have hit a wet spot. Still finds Luke.
Look at this.
To Jackson, puts it off the glass. Nope. Luke tipped it out. And Michael will get it pulled with a fresh shot clock. MJ.
He did it. Michael shakes the finger.
And he got
technical. He got a technical. But he finally got his dunk on Mount Matumbo. And he's going to say after the game, well, it took a long time, but it was worth it.
Well, it was just good movement. They get a couple shots. They come up with the offensive rebound. Good post pass, and then the hard cut along the baseline, and a terrific drop pass from Luke Longley.
There it is. Michael with the pass underneath. Jason misses. Michael's going to catch it on the outside. Down the lane he comes. He hammers it down home.
So MJ got the technical foul for waving the finger, but that wave may have done a lot to keep this crowd in the ballgame. 10-4 Bulls with the lead. And the Bulls holding on to a 1-point lead. Michael makes the move
on the wrist.
Side, got it counted, and he's fouled.
Steve Smith on the wrist.
Than the Bulls, and they've gone to the line a ton more than the Bulls have.
Yeah, it's really an amazing statistic. The Hawks have actually made more free throws, 91, than the Bulls have attempted, 82.
The Bulls tried a little screen and roll. Now they'll reverse the triangle. Combo's illegal. He's just camping out in the middle.
Steve Smith picks up foul number 2. Michael knocks the basket in.
Here comes Eldridge with Kasner at the scorer's bench. Here's Michael. He gives a little fake. That was kind of phantom, wasn't it? Michael didn't do that on that play, of course.
They're going to leave Smith in the game with the 2 fouls. We saw in Game 4 in Atlanta on Sunday that Kasner had an opportunity to defend Michael Jordan a little bit. In the first few games, when they went with the small guard lineup, they used Mookie Blaylock. That's asking a lot for a guy to carry the ball up and down the floor.
Dennis steps out, takes the 15-footer, and puts Scotty right there for the rebound.
Harp's open.
Dennis for 3.
Hey, hello! He did something on his birthday, huh?
Dennis steps out. He'll do it again. And he hit it again.
That's just...
Rodman steps out from 6. Dennis says the shooting guy tonight. Scotty goes right in, finds Luke. Oh, the jam over Mutombo.
Don't point a finger, Luke.
18 assists already in this game. That's a good sign that their offense is really in gear and that they're playing well. And you see Atlanta guys didn't even run back. They got hands on their shorts in the front court. And this is the time you can really blow this thing open. Another good defensive stop here.
Lob pass looking for Scotty. He did save it.
Good job, Dennis. Here he comes. Oh! Another 3 by Rodman. 10 in the game.
Continue to push the ball. Atlanta talks so much
Steve,
about
what
this.
you got, Steve? Yeah, he got 3. That's what he's got.
Oh, that's what him.
Free throw goes in for Michael. There's
19 minutes he's played here in the first half, and guess what? You know, Pax.
Dikembe Mutombo told us an interesting story of a conversation between him and Michael Jordan.
Mike approached me on the side. He said, welcome to the league, rookie. But I'm going to be the first one to dunk on you. And I told Mike, you never will.
Go get it forward for the freshman.
Well, guess what? MJ got his dunk tonight over Dikembe. Michael even waved the finger like Mutombo, but Jordan received a technical foul for that gesture. Gillette Instant Replay and our Sensor Excel Replay. Michael
out on the floor. Bulls trying to get an illegal defense on Mutombo.
Michael, are you there?
Yes, he is. Well, they were trying to get that out of the timeout. They set a back screen for Michael and flew him to the rim.
He crosses back, finds Scotty. Nice fake. Kicks it back to Michael. He'll put up the 3 and hit. Bulls 4 on 3. MJ comes inside, hangs and hits, and counted, plus the foul.
Brings him usually to the prime. Here he goes. Up he goes, Steve Smith.
And you hear an interesting chant from the crowd, you bet. Phil Jackson had a great quote. He says, you ought to just name it the Michael Jordan Trophy, give it to him every year. And then if somebody else does a really nice job, give them something else.
Does he get Mookie? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw them all, I thought, Pax. How about that one? Little double outside.
Dennis tapped it, tried to save it, couldn't do it, goes out of bounds.
Atlanta take a lot of time to try to get the ball in the post. They're taking the ball out of Mookie's hands, and it's forcing Corbin that possession to go over and try to make the entry pass. Fact, after the play is virtually over with, this time he gets tangled up a little bit with Mutombo. There he throws a little bit. They go at it, and then Mutombo goes and throws a little bit of a punch.
Yeah, Mutombo did. The free throw was missed. There goes Dennis.
Well, my friend Stinky Fryer would have said, early ripe, early rotten.
Hold on. MJ starts to penetrate. Finds Steve Kerr for 3.
That's it. That could be the nail in the coffin.
Favorite song when this one comes out.
I like this one.
Another one bites the dust. The Chicago Bulls have eliminated the Atlanta Hawks. The Bulls won.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Chicago Bulls welcome the world's greatest fans to the United Center and the 1997 NBA playoffs. Tonight, our games between the Miami Heat and your Chicago Bulls. From North Carolina,
Pippen. Right side, underneath Longley. Backdoor cut, Jordan.
Well, you know, there's a theory about guarding Michael Jordan. One is you let him score and stop everyone else. The thing is you cannot let him score easy. And so far, though he's missed 2 shots, those are exactly the shots he wants, and he didn't really have to work for them. And look at the backdoor cut by Michael Jordan. Sean Leonard's open playing, he back cuts, and the pass was sensational by Luke Longley.
Scottie Pippen, pump fake up and under, beauty.
Yeah, that's a nice move. Scottie Pippen has a quickness and height advantage over Mashburn. But Mashburn, people forget, he scored 50 points.
Rodman looks for Jordan in the post. They've switched Tim Hardaway on him now. And bingo.
See, those are the shots you don't. And that's really what he calls a jumper, mid-range jumper. It looks like a post, but Michael gets easy shots.
And Jordan with his 6th shot, he's hit 3 of them.
Yeah, and he's getting easy ones, and he's feeling it. He wants the ball right now. This is there, though, Vern. They're going at it.
Jordan cans the first. Tony Kukoc.
And it's really tough. A foot injury is tough because of balance. And if you're a shooter like Tony Kukoc is.
Now Pippen on the switch. Deshaun Leonard on him. Mashburn comes to help. Jordan is open and cans the jumper.
And that's not one Mashburn to back down Cappy. He wants Mashburn to use his quickness and blow by him.
Michael Jordan, 4 of 11. You saw the shooting graphic. Chicago very cold. Jordan gets his 5th basket. He's got 12 points.
And that's that pull-up.
Now Pippen finds Jordan, who cuts and cans it.
Boy, that's a tough shot. And after he made it, Alonzo looked at him like, how did you make that shot? That's what Michael Jordan's upset about. And he said it 3 or 4 times already. And you can see it right there, hit on the elbow, that they've hit him on his elbow when he's shooting.
Pretty good tactic if you get away with it.
It's a great tactic. And I know from experience it drives him crazy if you get away with it.
Did you employ the tactic yourself?
I tried, and I got away with it for about a quarter and a half, and he finally made a shot, and he made about 20 more shots after that.
It's at 7. Watch the foul on Michael Jordan.
And this is, you know, every player has a button that you can push. Right there is Michael Jordan's. He cannot stand getting hit on the elbow, and that's what he's yelling at. And earlier in the game, it happened. I think it's happened already twice, and there was no call. That drives you crazy because you get away with it. It makes you look like you can't shoot at all because usually you shoot some kind of air ball, and Michael does not like it. If I'm for Sean Lennon, unfortunately, I would do it again, but he has 3 fouls. So he's on the bench. Someone else will have to do it to end this half.
Jordan. Now Marley on Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Well, they want him to go to the basket, but when he gets there, they want someone else to be there to help.
Double digits with 42 seconds to go in the half. Largest lead of the game was 16 by Miami. Here's Jordan.
Boy, that is a great shot. He gave himself room with that step back.
And in part because of that, Miami leaves with a 49-38 lead. Jordan's 20 led Chicago. Welcome back to Chicago, the United Center, Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals on Madison Street. Chicago in what has become an accustomed position during the playoff run this year. For the 4th time in 6 games, they trail at the half at home. In no fault of Michael Jordan, however.
The only way the Bulls can score is in the half-court offense with great plays by Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen. The Bulls didn't score 1 point on the fast break in the first half.
Michael Jordan had to put it up 18 times. He was 8 of 19 from the floor for a total of 20 points. He and Pippen, the total offensive load. And on the other side of the court, about Ewing.
His is pretty nice looking.
You want to talk about Othello Harrington?
Ugly.
John Thompson is here again tonight. Jordan, perfect. Jordan with the block. Here's Pippen, Jordan right side. Scottie Pippen will take it for 3. Beauty.
Boy, he wanted it the whole way. There was no... I want you to look at the bottom of the screen at the end of this play and watch Dennis Rodman after the whistle. Lowered his shoulder into Alonzo's ribs. And just take a look at this.
May have been more shoulder than elbow, but the result the same. Mourning down in pain. The margin is 6. Miami has led since early in the second quarter. Entry pass, Jordan, turn around, the margin is 4.
Boy, and that is a tough shot. And in Chicago, they've gotten in this game too quickly for the Heat.
And Williams fires it out to Harper. Scottie Pippen, what a job by Alonzo Mourning. Here's Pippen for 3. What a job by Scottie Pippen.
He's taking his get.
Harper slows it down. And they look for Michael Jordan, who's guarded by Tim Hardaway. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Chicago leads. Watch the foul and then the reaction.
You can see it there. Kind of comes up under Alonzo, and that's the foul. Alonzo backs into him. Why he pushed him off, I have no idea. And look at Michael.
See if you get a better angle here. Watch the shove now.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. And you know what? It was a little push, and in most cases, guys won't get a technical foul over that. But Dennis Rodman has brought this on himself, and if he can come out with that in the first quarter, he came out with it in the third quarter, and now the Bulls are back in this basketball game.
Now Michael Jordan. And Jordan goes to the free throw line.
Boy,
invited onto the floor.
Yeah, I think that drew Phil Jackson's attention.
Back in the hands of Scottie Pippen. Pippen for 2. I thought, what in the world?
Got quiet over there.
6-point lead. Here's Jordan. Double from Hardaway. 2 more for Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Lake City, Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown will be out there. 5-point game. 3-point game.
And you know what's amazing? Dan Marley got there. He thought he was going to get a charge. Somehow Jordan avoided him and got a dunk. And more importantly, watch Dan Marley. Now he just blows by Bashan Leonard, who has 4 fouls and goes the wrong way there. But watch Marley thinks he's there, and the next thing you know, Jordan's going by him and dunking.
All right. Take a look at the Chicago bench. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, exasperated, I think, right now.
Well, they're carrying the load. And if you're Miami, you don't mind that. What you've done so far is stopped everyone else, and you're letting just 2 guys try to beat you, and that's tough.
Intercepted. Scottie Pippen, 4:20 to go in regulation. Here's Pippen for 3. Yes.
Never leave the ball.
Marley guards Michael Jordan. Jordan has the ball in his hand and a chance for a Chicago lead. Kicks it out to Harper for 3. 15 of 28 in the ball game. Anybody mention Achilles? 5-point lead, 1:07 to go. Jordan, 2 more. Timeout, Miami.
Just take a look at Michael Jordan right here, splitting the defenders and throwing up a running hook shot.
Some plays are worthy of a 4th or a 5th look. Watch Michael Jordan again.
Yeah, you should watch this all day. I mean, there's no room here. Now watch one reach there by Dan Marley, another reach there by Alonzo Mourning, another one by Tim Hardaway. If you were playing football, you're in Chicago, you would call him sweetness right now because that's unbelievable.
3 defenders.
Bulls will took this game over.
Well, Pat Riley said if. But part of the if was rebounding. Part of the if was getting both Hardaway and Mourning to get on the scoreboard.
And in the second half, nobody got on the scoreboard.
Right.
And the Bulls' defense was just tremendous. And
Steve Kerr will let the clock wind down. Chicago comes from 16 down in the first half, from 11 down at halftime, from 5 down at the end of 3, and they win it by 7.
Oh, y'all know Dennis. Y'all know his antics, and it's it's unfortunate that we as players, you know, have to put up with all that stuff, you know.
Did you say talk about Dennis after he got the first strike?
Yes.
What did you say?
Things I can't say on TV, but I mean, it had the tone of shut up, get back over and play the game of basketball and not lose the momentum that we had at that time. We just gotten back into the ball game.
Tell me something that I don't know.
Chicago comes from 16 down in the first half, from 11 down at halftime, from 5 down at the end of 3, and they win it by 7. Here's Jordan. Goes scoop shot. No. Morning.
Not for anyone.
Harper kicks it in the corner to Pippen. Backs up for 3.
Boy, I tell you, Scottie Pippen in this playoffs has played his best basketball in his career.
In game 1.
And I thought his emotion is what turned the game around in game 1.
Oh, boy.
And that's what makes the Bulls offense so good. Scottie Pippen brings it up. Ron Harper brings it up. Michael Jordan brings it up. Even Dennis Rodman brings it up. They can get in their offense with 4 different guys starting.
Jordan, how do you stop that shot?
You don't. Jordan, he's now down to 47% with a hand in his face. With no hand in his face, he's shooting at a 65% rate. That's tough.
Rodman and P.J. Brown. Nice touch pass underneath. Beauty.
Wow, that was just tremendous ball movement and body.
Loose ball picked up by Jordan. In and out. Longley. Jordan at the free throw line. And Willie Anderson, who has seen extensive, forgettable evening in game 1, is on the floor now. And Willie Anderson goes at him, then kicks it outside. Here's Alonzo Mourning with a turnaround.
Taking the ball to the basket, he's tried to shoot. Eventually, he'll be able to pass.
Harper from Pippen for 2 more. Takes him off the dribble, shields it. Will not go, and Rodman with another rebound. Entry pass to Mourning. Good defensive job by Brian Williams. Knocked out of bounds by Mourning.
Not only is he one of the few guys who can move his feet along with Brian Williams, but I think Michael Jordan calls that. Made Alonzo change, brings it right back into Brian.
Oh, nice pass. Oh, what a block by Mourning.
Now, quick offense again. A block shot, best three-point shooter in the league.
Oh, it's a pretty good pass. Steve Kerr to Pippen. Eyeballing the officials, and then Steve Kerr's alley-oop to Scottie Pippen.
And that's a great pass. And, you know,
with a thus far quiet night. Miami hasn't gotten to the free throw line. And Jordan.
Tell me I can no longer fly. I want you to.
Here's Pippen. Jordan off the front, 3 on the shot clock. Jordan over Vashawn Leonard.
Great D again by
post. He's got it over Vashawn Leonard, and he finally ends the streak.
And the dip.
Well, Vern, when Michael Jordan is in scoring droughts like this, you sometimes wonder if he's all right. I checked with the training staff, also the coaching staff, and they assure me that he is not sick. He does not have the flu whatsoever. But surprisingly, he was yelled at halftime by the coaching staff for not running the offense. They said he was getting the team out of the triangle. So Michael right now possibly thinking it's too early to take the game over one-on-one, but maybe we'll see a different Michael in the 4th.
Has to get the lead. Jordan continues to struggle.
And he won.
Vashawn Leonard reaches over. Jordan kicks it outside. Pippen for 3.
He wants him to pick up the tempo. Back to you, Vern.
All right, Greg.
Same thing, up and down game. They just, once they get the ball across.
When pressed to gentler set, one mustn't allow perspiration to run amok.
Michael Jordan finds Kukoc, gets a beautiful return pass, and Mourning is there with the block. 6:13 remaining. Pippen off the front edge. Jordan, that is only the 3rd basket tonight for Michael Jordan.
He should get it the 3rd time also.
Jordan just inside the arc. 22nd timeout, Miami.
And there's certain.
Leonard guards him.
And he's shooting this if he can.
Skip pass to Harper for 3.
Oh, boy. Made it.
68-59. Jordan shot clock violation.
And Jordan is so upset at Scottie Pippen right now that Jackson is laughing. Jordan throws it to Pippen. He's wide open for the three. He throws it back to Michael Jordan. Jordan's looking at him like, are you crazy right now? Oh, even Jackson thought it was funny.
Austin will rest. Jamal Mashburn back on.
They're still talking about it.
2 to go. Anderson on, replacing Alonzo Mourning.
But that's what great players do. They can struggle and still contribute. And I think he's done it in a lot of ways. He has 8 rebounds already. He has 20 points, so the numbers are good. And Dennis Rodman is turned around right now yelling at Alonzo.
Are you a lip reader?
No, I'm not. I don't want to be.
I could tell. Rodman back to Pippen. They'll play keep away. This one is in the books. Ugly as it was, it goes in the books as a Chicago victory. 75 points for the victorious team, 68 for the Heat. And let's check in with Craig Sager.
Michael, one time you scored 63 points yourself in a playoff game. What happened here tonight with both teams?
I couldn't get a rhythm to my shot, and I guess the good thing about it that other players came in and gave me some support offensively. But our defense was really active, and we were able to contain their offense too. We got ourselves in sync a little bit, and we had to do what we had to do down the stretch.
When you're only 2 for 12 after 3 quarters, were you starting to believe maybe that latest Nike ad where you talk about all the times you failed?
You just try to think of something positive, because nothing seems to work. You have good looks at it, and you just don't want to rush. You don't want to be hesitant out there, and in situations where you can penetrate, be the focus, and dish it off like I did to Ron Harper to knock the 3 in, you try to be effective in that way. You just have to give up on your offense to some degree.
Talk to us. Let's go over to Vern at the table.
All right, Craig.
In the playoffs, you said it doesn't matter if it's ugly or if it's pretty, but did you ever think it would get this ugly?
No. You never want to look ugly in the face.
What do you see when you do?
Well, tonight I saw a win. It's just not pretty basketball that we're playing. Hey, you know what? I mean, we played ugly against Atlanta. We played ugly against Washington. So it isn't a competition. I think it's more us. It's just lackluster in terms of where we're playing.
Well, I got off to an early start, so if you take that away from what I was able to do tonight, I played probably just as poorly as anybody on our ball club. It was an ugly game for us. Nobody shot the ball well. We've already gave ourselves names in the locker room.
I'm doo-doo, he's shit.
I'm about to leave after that one. We actually realized that, we have to play better. We have to make our offense work, as Michael did late in the game. We have to utilize our teammates and take advantage of the situation when they're running double teams at us.
The starting 5 really don't have that much rhythm to their game, other than the defensive intensity that we've maintained. I mean, we can't criticize the bench. It ain't like we've been playing extremely well. I mean, we've been playing well enough to win ball games, and they hadn't seemed to have the rhythm. We hadn't set a great tone for them either. I mean, it's not at a point now where we point to our bench and say you guys ain't giving us nothing, because we certainly haven't put them in a position so they could give us anything.
He has his hands full with the Bulls. The first 2 games have been low-scoring defensive struggles, and Riley has been none too happy with the officials' treatment of Jordan. Yesterday, Riley spoke with Jim Gray.
Michael Jordan will go to the free throw line where he has excelled tonight.
I have a very frustrated basketball team today because they felt that last night there were privileges that were given to Michael and on certain calls and how they should be called in the game, and he doesn't need it. He doesn't need them. He's so good anyhow. He doesn't need them.
Will this have any effect, what you said to the media and what you're saying to me now, on the officials?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Back to the question of the officiating, it's interesting to note that the Bulls have only gone to the line 3 more times than Miami has in the series. Nonetheless,
welcome you to Game 3 of the best of 7 Eastern Conference Final Series. So P.J. Brown, who did not score at all, and Scottie Pippen able to put it down.
What's happening to Chicago? They're not able to execute their offense, and Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen winding up with the ball with about 3 seconds on the shot clock, forced to take some bad shots.
Now Jordan with the move on Hardaway. The spin by Jordan. He beat Hardaway, and then Mourning. Open shot by Evan. And the ball 6. Here's Pippen with a driving hook. And he felt he was fouled. Mashburn dribbling into the crowd. Stolen by Brown. He has a 3-on-1. Brown lost it. Yes, and it counts.
He's flopping. Randy Brown in a little bit of trouble here trying to locate to dribble, but still does the wise thing. At least get the shot up. He didn't. It got blocked. But Michael Jordan taking nothing for granted, following up on the play.
As opposed to Shaquille, who's still trying to find himself at the line.
Alonzo Mourning is a good perimeter shooter, has good mechanics, good releases. Somewhere where he has just lost his confidence.
Oh, what a shot by Jordan, going to his new favorite maneuver, the fadeaway, and that was also deflected. The game is tied at 13. On Mourning, that's his first.
And Keith Askins, a good defender and a tall one, pushing Michael out a little bit further than he likes on that fadeaway shot. And at the other end,
Jordan off the fake, and again drills the fadeaway. And Jordan. Brown gives it to Pippen. Pippen over Mashburn. Scottie Pippen with a gorgeous move, going beautiful change of pace dribble to set it up.
Well, first of all, when you're guarding Michael Jordan, you cannot give him baseline. He is just too quick, too hard to help. So you force him to the middle, but he makes that hard dribble, quick stop up in the air. And there's the post move by Scottie Pippen. And it's Hardaway beating Kerr off the dribble. Hardaway, a good post player against players his size or a little bigger, and especially against Kerr.
Michael Jordan making his return by hitting the 3. There's Marley. Unable to hit the 3. Kukoc running the floor. Jordan able to recover. Michael Jordan again. He is 16, and the Bulls have opened up their biggest lead of the game.
And the tongue to the bench, and he is feeling it offensively. Nice little back pick, and the defense goes with Tony Kukoc. Michael stepping beyond the arc, and then on the slow break, the lazy pass by Kukoc. Michael finally grabs and knocks down the shot.
7-0 run for the Bulls. They lead by 11. Well, Michael Jordan on fire. He has hit his last 16 points in all to lead the way.
And Michael doing it every which way. The hard baseline drive and the dunk. That time left all alone for his third three-pointer of this series. And then on the fast break, he got Alonzo Mourning in foul trouble.
Bulls 32, the Heat 21. Jordan. Oh, yes. Michael showing the entire repertoire in this just a moment ago. Bulls 34, the Heat 23. Jordan over Leonard. And he gets the friendly roll.
At halftime, Phil Jackson's not doing the thing with Chicago. He's saying just go out and do the same exact thing, get the ball into Michael's hands. As far
quickly raising in the air. He has a height advantage over Tim Hardaway. And as P.J. Brown, and you can see there really was not going for the ball.
P.J. Brown by the Heat. Hoffer to the scoop and tipped home. The Bulls looking to go up 3-0 in this best of 7. Rodman is fouled.
Been few and far between, and it's exactly what Miami needs. Some easy baskets.
And an easy basket right there. Leonard gambled on a steal, and it cost.
Movement to make it tougher on the defense. Everybody just standing stationary, but a little late in the day to change things.
Michael Jordan with 28 points.
For the game that you just had the sense that Michael Jordan was due for one of those special type games. Now, he had 37 points in game 1, and as we mentioned, a great fourth quarter in game 2, but he didn't look like the Michael Jordan that we're seeing today.
Phil Jackson telling us earlier that his team has played better on the road. Another sweeping move by Jordan.
Well, normally the Miami Heat defense closes down that lane very quickly. Dan Marley too slow. Alonzo Mourning not quick enough to get over and try and block that shot, as the Miami Heat defender standing straight up, and you can just see it in their body language, see it in their faces. They just do not believe that they can handle the Chicago Bulls, and Pat Riley is seeing the same thing.
The third, another steal by Hopper. Hardaway back. It counts in the foul. And this has become embarrassing. Watching Michael Jordan over the years, always looking for a motivational tool. And from time to time, when there's been an athlete from another sport in the crowd, they'll kind of want to, almost like show and tell, put on a demonstration. Perhaps Greg Norman is the man here today. Michael Jordan spent much time at the line. Knicks. Well, the Bulls of today, we look back at Michael Jordan versus the Heat, Game 3 of the 1992 playoffs, the Heat's first ever home playoff game. But Michael played the spoiler. He hit for 56 points in the game. That's the second highest scoring playoff game in the career of Michael Jordan. Bulls won it, 119-114, took the series 3-0. And half to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Jordan putting the move on Anderson, who lost him off the screen.
You may be wondering why the Miami Heat don't run more.
Look out. Crotty did not like the hard foul by Rodman and threw the ball at Rodman. It is a flagrant being indicated by Dick Pavetta. Now Jack Neese with the call. Rodman was already hit with a technical.
Flagrant foul called on the Bulls. Dennis Rodman.
You know, Phil Jackson really has to be wondering right now. He has Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen on the bench. Dennis Rodman, always a time bomb emotionally, always capable of getting into these kinds of plays as John Crotty drives to the basket. And the hard foul, just a body block into John Crotty. We saw Dan Marley do this before, and Crotty just heaving the ball. Now, this is where an incident can happen like we had with New York.
Final seconds. Strickland. That's their 21st field goal. So they will tie a record low, fewest field goals in a playoff game. The Bulls make it 3-0 in this best of 7. So Miami, alongside 3 other teams who were held to just 21 field goals in a single playoff game. The Bulls win it 98-74. Here's Ahmad with Michael Jordan.
All right, thank you, Marv. Michael, what a difference a couple of days make. Now, in Game 2, struggled from the field. Today, you showed us almost your entire repertoire of shots.
That's a big word.
It is a big word.
No, I shot the ball well. I started off with the air ball, which wasn't pretty, but I found my rhythm early in the first half, and I think everyone fed off of that. Scotty got his rhythm, and although we didn't really get anybody else involved offensively the first half, our defense stayed real strong. We took their premier scorers out of what they wanted to do, and we controlled everything today. And that's uncanny of one of Riley's teams. But I mean, we were able to hang our defense out there and certainly stop them from doing what they had to do.
Do I detect some killer instinct?
Yeah, I think that this is the first sign of it, and it's a good time for it right now. And on the road, in their building, certainly we can send a message.
All right, congratulations on a good game. I'm going to practice the repertoire as I throw it back over to Marv.
All right, Ahmad, remember, no team has ever come back from an 0-3 deficit. And
were you motivated by your performance in Game 2?
Yeah, I mean, what performance in Game 2? Our names have changed back. I ain't going to say that. I mean, our names have been changed back to our original names.
Win on Monday. We're going to win on Monday. We're going to come ready. We're going to come ready to play. And we will not play the way we played today on Monday, without a doubt.
And Alonzo Mourning made the statement after Game 3, we will win the next game. Marv, evidently Alonzo has spotted something everyone else has missed.
Hey, thanks, Marv. You heard Alonzo Mourning in our opening saying he guarantees a win. Now, that caused a reaction among the Bulls. Michael Jordan said that he would have been better off saying he would guarantee that they play better and play harder and let the outcome work itself out on the court. Now, Dennis Rodman said he didn't care. He figured that if you win Monday, we'll just win Wednesday. Now, in all my years of sports, That is the strangest, most different answer I've ever heard from an athlete. But I must say that Dennis is one of the most strangest and different kind of athletes that I've met. Now, who are we to believe? Dennis Rodman or Alonzo Mourning? One of the great things about sports, we get a chance to sit back, relax, and for the next 2.5 hours, let everything work itself out on the court. Marv?
All right, Dennis Rodman. And here comes Scottie Pippen turning Jamal Mashburn around and able to convert. Hardaway going into the second year. Set it up for Mourning. Harper going all the way. And it's Rodman missing, but Pippen has slapped it home. And the pass saved by Brown. P.J. Brown. And tipped home by Mourning. Free throw shooter. Michael able to combine talent with amazing drive. Quiet start from Michael Jordan. Just 0 for 4. Just 2 points. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Field, generally what he does in this situation, take the ball to the basket, try to get fouled.
And as you mentioned earlier, did not look to come out with the barrage. He's now 0 for 6 to the line.
Well, there's a tendency to forget about Dennis Rodman as an offensive threat because he rarely looks at the basket. That time, no doubt about it, he just wanted to catch the ball, make a move to the basket, as a couple of big guys who have gone against against Dennis. I said, where did that come from?
18 free throws.
It is for some, Marv, you know, when you have to take a lot of whacks at it. I've done that a time or two myself, but maybe too much golf for Michael Jordan.
We're making judgments on the degree of the hit where Rodman is involved.
Dennis did hold his ground there, but in bending over while Alonzo Mourning was up in the air. We had a play similar like that in Game 2 where there was a hard fall to the floor. And of course, Miami is so aware of Dennis Rodman, even though they say they are not.
Jordan putting moves on Mashburn. Mashburn played it well, and Michael way off. 0 for 7 from the field. Brown poked it away from Kukoc. Shot clock is down to 3. And Jordan from way downtown.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
With the way that he's playing, but also with his teammates not getting him better shot opportunities.
This may be premature, but a look at some of the poor playoff performances by Michael Jordan. We still have seen him hit some of those. Here's Jordan, and again comes up short. Out of 2. Jordan for 3. Only 31 points for the Bulls in the first half. Look at that stat line. 0 for 11 from the field for Jordan.
So far, a non-factor in this game, Michael Jordan. What's happened to Michael?
Can you believe it? 0 for 11, this guy. Either he is still mourning the fact that Tiger Woods fell apart in the Colonial, or the Bulls made a terrible tactical error of scheduling the pregame warm-up today before the game at Greg Norman's house.
Oh. First of all, he's not going to turn the ball over, and he's getting good shots.
Jordan forced it. Here's Michael again. 3 at the line. Jordan able to slice through, and Michael Jordan again. And Williams able to save it. And here's Jordan. Yes. Oh, Michael's talking to himself. Pippen with the pick. Jordan for 3. Pippen off the rebound. Oh, he is pounded. By Chicago. Scottie Pippen was claiming that he's all right, but Dennis Rodman coming over to check out Pippen, who was in pain.
Whoa. Scottie Pippen with the knot on the head on the hard foul by Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning out of foul trouble in the first half, only with 1, now with 2. The pump fake gets Mourning in the air, and then Mourning coming down hard for the hard foul, making sure trying to come across the arms to prevent Pippen from getting that shot off in a possible 3-point play.
Pippen on the recovery. And Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen on the front line. Harper in the backcourt. Nice move for that rundown on my alleged golf game. Next Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern, right here on NBC. Despite The extraordinary 2 of 21 shooting by Michael Jordan.
This one just go off the rim on him, and then his reaction, just like other players on other levels, the look of frustration on Michael's faces. There's Michael's numbers or shots in game 3. 4.
Seeking to wrap it in 4 here this afternoon. Jordan, yes, on morning. Here's Pippen from 3. Jordan with the rebound and move around. And here comes taking each other to the floor. And, let's keep an eye on the benches. Nobody coming off either bench. And we'll have to see how the officials call this. Obviously, be at least a double technical. Pat Riley did get into it. Well, this was brewing, obviously.
Pushed by Dennis Rodman, and then coming in with that elbow first. And Alonzo has been throwing the elbows around. I think he caught Rodman with that right elbow on the side of the head. He's already gotten Pippen twice. And Rodman realized exactly what was going on, tried to tie up, and did. And the takedown on Mourning.
For the game, Rodman going down, just looking to pick up fouls now. Jordan, yes.
Hardaway in the post position, but it took the Bulls so long to get him the ball, and the double team got it out of his hands.
Michael Jordan setting it up on the crossover. Jordan with Hardaway in close quarters again.
It's been a struggle for Michael Jordan all day long. 6 for 28 from the field, but starting to get the rhythm now. Just beating Dan Marley, getting up in the air, knifing between 2 defenders to put up the jumper, and then Brian Williams setting the screen. Nobody's showing up to help out Tim Hardaway.
Turned it up in the 3rd quarter, did it defensively to get back into it. Jordan now very much back into it.
Amazing, as Michael looked so slow in the first half of this game, no legs, all of a sudden has reached down somewhere to get this kind of movement and energy. Unbelievable.
7 at the line.
But we're going to lose. Let's have it be somebody else besides Michael Jordan.
Dennis Rodman is back. Coming on for Judd Bushler. 6 points. Jordan looking for some space. Picked up on a switch by P.J. Brown. To the fairway. Yes. It's down to 4. And a timeout taken by Miami. With
shot. And then Michael Jordan dropping the head. Beating the heat to any kind of double team. Getting up in the air. Penalty. Put Jordan back to the line.
Major break for the Bulls.
To get into the ear and the head of Alonzo Mourning, showing a lot of restraint.
And somehow find the strength to turn it on here in the 4th quarter. Jordan has the look. Puts the moves on Leonard. And fire. It's down to 1. He has scored 20 of the 21 points in this 4th quarter. With 2:17 to go in the 3rd. Jordan over Leonard. And the Miami lead is just 1.
I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.
It was supposed to be Miami's last stand. But what we witnessed was unimaginable. 14 shots, 14 misses by a frustrated Michael Jordan. But only he believed. As long as there was time, there was a chance for vindication. And the game's greatest player took it upon himself. A 20-point 4th quarter explosion brought the Bulls within striking distance, and the fire back in Michael's eyes. But the effort fell short. Miami backed up their bold guarantee, sending Jordan and the Bulls back to Chicago. And now, Michael says it's personal.
All right, thanks, Marv. I talked to Michael Jordan about the loss on Monday. He said some good things happened to that. He said the bad things were we got beaten and we got beaten up, and our pride took a hit. He said, but what that did is that brought our whole team together as a group and really improved our focus. He said even championship teams need a wake-up call, and he said that was theirs. Now, Michael has been saying all week that this series is personal. If you watch here as the two captains meet in the middle of the court, I guess you'll see that this is what Michael meant by it's all personal. Watch Michael. And by the way, another thing, Marv, Michael, after practice today, went out and played golf. Shouldn't affect him today.
Down 0-3 and come back to force a 7th game. The 1951 New York Knicks did it in the finals. And the 1994 Denver Nuggets. Here is Jordan. Michael putting a signature on that one.
Well, the under Jordan get the dunk. Tipped by Pippen, stolen by Harper, sending Jordan on the breakaway, and Hardaway had a notion, but pulled back.
Jordan off the head fake. Michael Jordan gives the Bulls an 8-0 lead.
And it's not. Well, as slow and as lethargic as Michael looked in the first half of Game 4, he is that much quicker. Everything Michael is doing so far, very crisp, very sharp, all of his move as he is so focused into this game.
Luke Longley said the other day, the great thing about a bad shooting day for Michael Jordan is he always has the next day. Minutes and the energy level, we talked about this during the game, seemed to pick up in the second half, which is incredible because it looked like the legs were a problem, but he said no, he was just missing his shots. He was missing badly in the early going.
Almost.
Jordan going behind the back, Jordan extending off the tip.
Mike Morning inside, and he can't mess around with the ball. He's got to look for a quick scoring opportunity. When doubled, give the ball up.
Michael Jordan looking on target right from the opening tip. They're looking tentative, as they did during Game 3 in Miami.
And Michael Jordan staying after it after Dennis Rodman keeps it alive. And that's what Dennis Rodman can do for you. Get to the rebounds, get to the loose ball. Michael Jordan, so sharp, so quick, making Sean Leonard work extremely hard at the defensive end.
24-10. At one stretch, they led 16-2. Oh, Jordan off a beautiful lead from Harper.
On the wing, and Sean Leonard trying to not deny him the basketball, and this is a long backdoor alley-oop pass from Ron Harper, but Leonard makes the mistake by not.
One of the Miami 15. Jordan, he had lots of room to operate.
And he didn't play at all in Game 4.
Caffey getting the time with Pippen. Hurt at the moment. Three-pointer by Jordan.
Well, Michael Jordan keeps moving and moving within the offense, not getting on the pick and roll, but then cutting quickly across the lane and getting Hardaway on his back and going high in the air, and then stepping back on the nice screen from Jason Caffey to launch one from the perimeter. Now, the first quarter, we saw the best execution by the Chicago Bulls as Dennis Rodman. Shot clock winding down.
Bushler leads Williams. Judge Bushler. Here's Jordan beating Mashburn, but not able to hit. Bushler is there. Yes. Here's Brown with Bushler. He taps it back, and Randy Brown puts it down. Foul shooter 83% during the season. The Bulls with a 57-46 lead. Hoping to wrap up this series. Kukoc off the steal. While Miami wanted to send it back to a 6th game on Friday night. And yet a new 24 for Chicago. Here's Kerr for 3. Yes.
The Bulls right now with that bad left ankle.
Kukoc able to find Jordan. Yes. What a basket that hurts. A final second shot to end the first half.
Well, as cold as Michael has been in this second quarter, still going to take that shot, fade away, nothing but net. The game has to go to the offensive board and try to do his damage there.
Jordan with the step. Oh, he adjusted on the shot while in midair.
Also penetration, even if it's only half penetration like this, coming to the quick stop, getting up in the air, and just that little bump below the waist by Sean Leonard. Michael Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. Oh, picked up that fourth. Jordan. Michael not able to find the rings. Look out, here they go. But this time, Rodman being very careful. Great Bushler shot. Longley is right there. Luke Longley has come up strong. He has 9 points and a technical foul.
A good job of knocking this ball loose to Luke Longley for that dunk, and then talking and the clapping. Well, when Miami, Dan Marley took a shot in the mouth. Oh, beautiful pass to Michael Jordan as Dan Marley got hit in the mouth from Judge Bushler and just stopped.
A feeling about it, but Randy Brown has called for his first. Beautiful pass, as you mentioned, and Michael Jordan, since the first quarter, is now 3 of 14 from the field. Michael Jordan. Sitting on Ron Hoffer. Shot clock down to 3. Jordan. Yes.
Other 4 players having trouble creating anything, and it always seems to be Michael Jordan winding up with the basketball with the shot clock winding down. As it appeared, he had something to say to Pat Riley on the other way back, and Pat Riley getting a kick out of whatever it was Michael Jordan said to him.
At the line thus far.
Contributions to help out Michael Jordan, who is once again struggling with his shot.
Chicago Bulls defeat the Miami Heat 100-87. They win the series in 5. They advance to the NBA Finals. Let's go to Ahmad with Michael Jordan.
All right, thanks, Marv. Michael, one of the things that you talked about having lost down in Miami was that loss really brought this team together and got them back focused.
Not just the loss, but the way we lost. In terms of, we got beat up pretty much, and they came in and beat us up pretty bad. So we were back in our own home court, and we wanted to make a stand. We didn't want to beat them up on the basketball court, yeah, but not physical to where it ends up fighting.
A lot of people didn't really understand what you were talking about when you said this is personal. What did you mean?
I meant in terms of our intensity as a game. We got to stand down defensively, offensively, do all the necessary things we needed to win. It wasn't to go out there and try to fight or throw elbows or whatever. We just weren't going to let them come in and push us around. No more knots on our heads, none of that stuff. We wanted to come out and play hard.
What about the finals? You have any thought about that, Utah or Houston?
Well, we got back to the finals, but it's not just to get back. Against Utah or Houston, either one of those teams, veteran ball club, they know how to play the game mentally as well as physically. So we have to get ourselves ready and healthy and get ready for a battle. And, we start here at home for 2 wins, and then we got to go out there for 2 wins.
Eastern Conference champion. Is it sort of anticlimactic winning it?
Well, it's good to be Eastern Conference champions, but, to come up short doesn't really mean nothing. We want to get all the way to the ring and, make it 5. Go on from there.
All right, between me and you, how many holes you play yesterday?
A lot. I mean, I'm going to play them all. A lot.
Congratulations, man. Back to you, Marv.
All right, thanks.
I plan on being around for a little while anyway, I hope. I pride myself on helping this organization and this city always stay on top, as long as I'm still in a uniform. And if we can continue to have coaches come up and say that, our job is accomplished.
Furthermore, that other teams could have been great, but they had the misfortune to be born the same time Michael Jordan was. Do you feel sorry for them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wilt felt he could be born in this time too, so he can come and score 100 points in this day and age. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can say the same thing about that in the earlier days. But I mean, unfortunately, we were born at the time that we've been born, and
what does it say about this?
I mean, it was personal. They can't come in our house and do the same thing they did to us in Miami, from a basketball sense. And if that meant from a physical sense, then we have to stand up and be accounted for. It was the same thing when Detroit used to do the same thing to us. Come in and beat us up. At some point in time, it became personal where we had to stand up on our own 2 feet and fight the bully from a basketball sense, not from a physical sense.
The Chicago Bulls have dominated the NBA in this decade. Familiar images evoke vivid memories of their 4 championships in a span of 6 years. In 1991, the Bulls showed they had some magic of their own and captured their first title. The following year, Michael Jordan's greatness surprised even him. In 1993, the Bulls became the first team to win 3 straight titles in nearly 30 years. And a year ago, Jordan led the Bulls to a record 72-win season and embraced another NBA title. Michael Jordan is now in the hunt for number 5. The Utah Jazz have never played in the NBA Finals. In 12 years together, John Stockton and Karl Malone have won over 600 games, but never the big one. That changed on Thursday night when Stockton and Malone combined to write a storybook finish, bringing the elusive dream of an NBA Finals to reality. Now these 2 teams embark on a journey toward a goal that only one of them will reach. The NBA Finals begin tonight.
And welcoming the greatest heavyweight champion of all time, Mr. Muhammad Ali.
Well, the chant from this capacity crowd for Muhammad Ali is called the last game of the series between Chicago and Miami. Yeah, there it is. All right. No question about it here. Little touch between Jordan and Malone. It was not the Alonzo Mourning treatment.
Beautiful pass.
Yes, Karl Malone with the nice lead for John Stockton.
But that does sting a little bit. He had a chance, a realistic chance of catching Jabbar at 6 MVPs.
Here's Jordan. And the Bulls have scored on only 2 of their first 9 possessions. Michael Jordan adding to that percentile. The Jazz. Chicago 8. As we come up on 5 minutes to go in the first. Jordan lost it, but got it back to Longley. It's Malone. Malone, yes. It's lead 13-12 with 2:15 remaining in the first. Jordan, yes,
is controlling their defensive board, something Seattle could not do last year.
Steve coach and Williams on the front line. Now Jordan played by the rookie Anderson. Michael Jordan shooting over Brandon Anderson. In this first half, the Jazz by 1. Let's check in with Jim Grigg. Jim?
All right, thank you, Mark. During that timeout, Jerry Sloan very happy with the defensive effort of the Utah Jazz. He said,
put the move on and split right through and was able to hit.
Going to work on rookie Shandon Anderson, but no help from Antoine Carr, who was supposed to step up. And
particularly Jordan and Kukoc.
Jordan. Michael Jordan has 12. Shandon Anderson, a second-round draft pick. Utah did not have a number 1. Oh, the opening for Scottie Pippen. That's indicating a technical foul on Chicago Bulls assistant coach Tex Winter. Apparently that triangle that was drawn by Tex in the wrong color. Again, the hesitation by Pippen that led to the turnover. Stockton for 3. Just they lead it 39-32. Here's Jordan. Rodman with the tip. Rodman again. And back on the floor defending on Rodman. Jordan. Rodman. Terrific ball instincts and he fires. Dennis a bit encouraged from recent development. Pippen on the loose ball.
Everybody's getting their hands on passes here.
Oh, steal goal here tonight. The Jazz 46, the Bulls 43. Off the block. Pippen uncontested. Malone comes out to set the screen. The lead for Malone. Oh, Hopper waving it off. Now Jordan posting up Hornacek. Going glass.
It's fun to deal with and will not close up really until he stops playing basketball.
Utah. They now have 15-7 in the third quarter. They not BC stations. There is terrific must-see TV comedy heading your way.
Side. Carl rarely gets involved with the officials. Only when they're taking it from him.
Michael Jordan with a good angle jump shot following up on the...
Not since the first quarter when he took 11.
Jordan putting moves on Isley and pops it out. Pippen for three. Here's Malone. Karl Malone right back.
Open, we talked about, Jordan wide open.
It counts out the foul.
Point guard like Howard Isley, not used to seeing Michael Jordan. He's getting killed right now.
A 5 second. Isley lost it. Here's Pippen. Chased by Hornacek. And Pippen goes all the way. 5. And that loss was game 2 against Atlantic this season in the second round. Scottie Pippen continues his magnificent performance.
An effective defender.
Turning face against the big guy. Torture him.
19 for Malone. Utah by 5. 5.5 remaining. Nice pass from Longley. Hornacek is with him. Here comes Malone. Here's Jordan. Yes. On Longley.
Michael Jordan going to work on Jeff Hornacek. Karl Malone coming over to double team, but it's going to overrun the play and let Michael Jordan knife inside to get that shot off.
Utah needs to play with poise here.
Jordan behind the back. Sets it up for Longley. Yes. The Bulls have taken a 1-point lead.
At Hornacek and the double team beat.
Next foul will put them over the limit. Here's Jordan. Yes. Malone with the opening. Malone remaining in the fourth. Jordan spinning his way on Hornacek. Rebounded by Harper. Pippen for 3. Yes. And the fourth of game 1 of the best of 7 NBA Final Series. Stockton for 3. Yes. 40 seconds remaining in the fourth. Jordan. And a foul is called on Hornacek. Of 5 at the line. Fourth quarter. Michael Jordan missing on the second attempt. The score remains tied at 82.
It's got to be Karl Malone here. This is MVP time.
Well, Malone down at the right baseline being defended by Rodman. Shot clock is down to 5. 15 seconds on the game clock. Stockton setting it up for the 3. Malone with the recovery, and a foul has been called. Looks like a loose ball foul being indicated by Bill Oates. It's against Chicago. It's on Rodman.
Well, for
15 rebounds. 9 and 2/10 seconds to go. Score is tied. 9 seconds left. Oh, he missed the break. Rebounded by Jordan. And the Bulls have the timeout with 7 and 5/10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
With Shandon Anderson here to guard Scottie Pippen. They got Brian Russell on Michael Jordan. Disciplined defense, forced the fadeaway jumper. Don't foul.
Jazz over the foul limit. We're down to 5. Jordan putting moves on Russell. We're down to 2. Now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over. The Chicago Bulls have won at the buzzer in game 1 of the best of 7 on the jump shot by Michael Jordan.
By putting the ball in Jordan's hands where it'd be very difficult to come double team. They took Stockton away. Of course, with Steve Kerr, he had to watch him. And Brian Russell at Michael Jordan's mercy.
But Phil Jackson, so calm all the time, gets up and goes, all right, I like that guy on my team. But they got it to Jordan early, and Brian Russell stabbed at it. He didn't play the position. He gave Jordan the opening.
All right, thanks, Mark. Michael, you were so businesslike all day. You knew this was not going to be an easy task, and you rose to the occasion.
Well, you know, the first game is always a tougher game. I don't care what anybody says. I think Utah came in, they played extremely well. I'm pretty sure they're going to take a moral victory from today's game. But
I think we had a good feel for them. We found out a good feel for them, and down the stretch it was nip and tuck. It could have went either way, and I missed the free throw call, comes down and missed 2 free throws. So I mean, MVPs didn't do much down the stretch until I was able to knock the shot in down the stretch.
It was almost like a boxing match, sparring. Nobody really throwing a knockout punch till it got down to the end.
No, it was a close game all throughout the game, and it was going back and forth, and whoever made the best plays down the stretch was going to win the ball game.
Well, it is on. It is on, and we will see you on Wednesday. Great game.
I said something to Karl Malone just before he shot those free throws. You guys are close friends. What did you say to him to throw him off?
I said a mailman doesn't deliver on a Sunday.
The opportunity was there for Karl Malone. But when the MVP saw his chance slip away, it was Michael Jordan who found the game in his hands as time ran out. Another miraculous finish. And tonight, another chapter will be written. Game 2 is next. The officials, Hugh Evans, Steve Jabby, and Bennett Salvatore. The block by Pippen, who came up hobbling following the rejection.
Beautiful back cut by Brian Russell. Couldn't convert. Scottie Pippen continues to own him defensively.
Michael Jordan giving the Bulls the 2-0 lead.
Find out if that left foot is going to work.
And Jerry Sloan opening up in the Hornacek on George. Nice backdoor pass. Hoffer finding Pippen. Make it by Longley. And the shot affected by Longley.
Well, the Bulls feel with Longley on him, it'll force Malone to go outside, which is what he did in game 1.
And Longley gets inside an Ostertag, leading to the quick 20 called by Utah.
Very sharp early. Harper and Jordan particularly.
Shot clock at 7. Jordan, yes. And that is his second field goal. Harper over to help on Malone. Karl Malone with a turnaround in the face of Brian Williams.
On his feet, he just can't get into the game yet.
Here's Jordan. Setting it up for Pippen. Down 8-1. Utah hoping to tie the series at 1. Jordan again. Day in Utah starting at 7:30 in the East. Hornacek, yes, Jeff Hornacek.
Utah was just so wide open on all their back cuts, they didn't have to ever get into the pick. Just seems to be on fire, totally focused in tonight. That's so conscious about his individual offense. I thought he got bumped that time.
Steve Kerr has come on for the first time, replacing Ron Harper. Jordan with the fake. Yes.
Well, that last three-pointer on the play before, not just an ordinary one. Michael Jordan, absolutely frigid from 3, 5 for 42 coming into this game. In fact, before game 1 said he wasn't even going to look for it, shooting 12%.
Here's Malone in this first quarter. Jordan putting moves on Hornacek. Now Kerr for 3. Yes. Now Kerr is open. Yes. Now Jordan putting moves on Anderson. Yes. Well, that ends.
Albeit very slightly at this time as Karl Malone gets great deep position.
Hopper cut off by Stockton and trying to go glass. Rebound Jordan.
Well, both teams very small right now.
Pippen being played by Russell. Hornacek on Jordan. Longley for Hopper. Beautiful ball movement.
Really starting to lay some lumber on Stockton.
Jordan with the steal. Jordan putting the moves on. The look away for Pippen.
Turnovers, getting the steal, and then quickly converting at the other end as Jordan breaks through the defense and spotted Scottie Pippen way before that, but delivered it right on time for Scottie to finish with an explosion.
And Michael is hearing the chant of MVP from the Chicago crowd.
There, though, is this year's MVP, who has not had a strong game. The Utah Jazz in trouble when they're back on their heels, and Michael's got his tongue hanging down there on the bottom of his chin.
What a recovery.
Let's draw the foul, get some freebies at the line.
And Jordan is 4 for 5 from the line.
And the amazing thing about these finals, like last year against Seattle, Michael is not
situation when you play with a great player like a Jordan, a Malone, or a Bird. You just have to do your job like Luke Longley throwing
here on NBC. 60-42, Chicago. Jordan. Yes. That's a tough way to play the pick and roll for Utah.
Brian Russell stepping behind Luke Longley to give Jordan a 3, even though he's shooting just 12% coming in today from behind the line.
Here's the isolation for Jordan. Played by Russell. Putting moves on. And hit it.
When Michael gets the outside shot going, and he's starting to feel it right now.
Russell hold on Keefe.
Michael Jordan behind the pick and roll. Great screen by Luke Longley. No step out. I think Utah can probably double team that because Luke Longley's not going to break you from the free throw line, and then Jordan patiently, and Brian Russell continues to flail away defensively rather than
the chant of MVP in an NBA Finals game. It has the 5 of 8 at the line tonight.
And the attempts for Carl was really important. He's going to make a good percentage. The last 4 road games, though, just 4 attempts per game in the playoffs from the line for Karl Malone. Not enough.
Jordan, yes! Michael Jordan going glass with the reverse.
Has made a couple of jump shots now, and that is setting up these drives, but starting on the right side, hanging in the air, clearing the defensive pressure, and using the glass on the opposite side just beautifully.
He turns the corner and nobody closes him off. Everybody's trying to get in the air and block his shot, but he just keeps going until finally he passed all 3 guys and then reached out and dumped it in.
Well, Bill, the big reason is he's just flat out quicker than everybody else, and they just can't get there in time.
Live at 67%. Chicago leads by 20. Jordan. Yes. During the regular season, a franchise record 64. What a pass! Jordan for Williams.
Not by any stretch of the imagination a one-dimensional player. Maybe the best rebounder in the game, maybe the best defensive player in the game, maybe the best passer, maybe the best dribbler. Triple doubles and active playoff leaders. Michael Jordan trailing Scottie Pippen,
but has never done it in the NBA Finals, and he is 3 assists away on NBC.
I already thought the Jazz would play a lot better ball game than they did tonight.
I was fortunate enough to play with Jerry Sloan for quite a bit. Outstanding rebounder, huge hand, big hand.
In other players use bad footwork. That's something that the Bulls have done as they continue to pick apart. Jordan getting closer and closer to that triple-double.
That's assist number 9. He is 1 assist away from a triple-double. His first 3:35 remaining in the 4th. Chicago Bulls on their way to taking a 2-0 lead. That would have been assist number 10.
Scotty, Michael's telling Pippen, hey, will you please make a layup? I'm worried about it, but the Bulls are probably the best team in basketball in terms of the big men flashing at the hoop. Jordan's supreme tonight.
37 for Jordan. And the Bulls lead 93-79 with 19 points. 1:11 remaining. And a poor shooting 4th quarter by Chicago. 4 of 17. Dennis Rodman. And the Bulls now lead 97-85. That was a 3 for Rodman. Final seconds. The Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz 97-85. The Bulls had the big lead most of the way. They led by as many as 22. Michael Jordan falls an assist shy of a triple-double. But Michael Jordan with another magnificent performance. 38 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists. And he's with Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
All right, thanks, Marv. Michael, were you aware that how close you were to a triple-double during the last part of that game?
Yeah, I was aware. Pippen made me aware when he missed that. But that's okay. We got to win. That's all that matters.
What was the difference in game 1 and game 2? It seemed like you guys came out very much prepared, and they really, were you disappointed in the effort that they had?
Well, we came out on the heels of what we did last game. And we were ready to take any adjustments that they made. They really didn't make the adjustments that we anticipated, so we basically stayed in the same focus that we did in the first game. And, you know, right out from the beginning, right to the end of the game, we just maintained our defensive pressure, operated, moved the ball around, got some good shots.
You told me earlier, a couple of weeks ago, that was defense that wins championships, and you guys showed that tonight.
Yeah, we did tonight, but we know we're going into Utah, and they played well at home. The crowd's going to be real loud. These are countrymen pros. You talk about Stockton and Malone, they're going to be ready to play.
All right, Michael, congratulations on a great game. We will see you on Friday.
Thank you.
All right, let's go over to Jim Gray. Let's go back to Marv Albert.
All right, thanks, Ahmad. As Michael points out, Salt Lake City, always a difficult place to play. 2-0 is the tally in this series. Are you ready?
With the thousands in attendance here tonight and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
The chant of MVP for Karl Malone right from the start, although that can do funny things in the opposite way because it could also fire up number 23, Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael has said from the very beginning of this so-called controversy that it didn't bother him. Good luck to Karl Malone. He deserved it, but Michael Jordan does not like to come in second in anything.
Who has been an unsung hero for Chicago, able to control. Dennis Rodman with a new look. And Jordan being played by Brian Russell. Fires over him for 3.
Not a single dribble on that entire possession. Everybody touched it. Jordan beats the shot clock for the 3.
And Fornasek for Karl Malone, putting moves on Luke Block. During the regular season, Utah 38-3 here at Delta Center. Second best home record in the NBA. Again, the room for Jordan.
All set up by Scottie Pippen going to the mismatch inside against Hornacek. Drew the defense, and then they leave Jordan alone.
That's his. Pippen for 3. Yes.
Get Karl Malone down low. The Jazz have not had anything in the basket other than Russell's broken play.
Hornacek able to hit, although Pippen got a piece of it. Ball. Malone again.
For that block, the guards have got a block on. Isley continues to play. Perfect ball.
Matt Kukas, Ahmad Rashad, and Jim Gray. And here's Jordan. Got the step and was hit hard in D.C.
Well, we talked at the outset about the Jazz needing to get
running the floor, finding balls. Biggest lead of the game for Utah. They are up by 13. Kerr for 3.
On tobacco.
Whoa.
Finally, they settled on a new skin, which seems to be holding up very well. Mark?
Yes, wise move passing on that particular suggestion. And Michael Jordan with his first field goal since the opening minutes of the game.
And the first... Well, Phil Jackson and the Bulls are waiting for Dennis Rodman to get more involved in some way.
Jordan, it counts, and the foul. So 4 remaining in this first half. Here's the move by Jordan, and the foul committed by Malone. It's the
making a contribution, but the only starter for Chicago doing anything of note, Michael Jordan.
And he just
did a terrific defensive job on Jordan, forcing him away, take a tough shot.
And Longley stripped by Malone. Foster in the open floor, able to put it behind his back. Again, they are on their feet here in Salt Lake City. It's a 15-point Utah lead, and they're looking for more. They double up on Stockton. Foster for three, yes! The Jazz by 18. The alley-oop for Jordan. Like a true center.
Look at him get to the hoop. Passes up the outside shot, gets that little bit of seam. Not to be denied tonight. Michael Jordan so frustrated. What's going on out here, he's asking himself.
Well, he didn't want to come out of the game. 4 minutes to go in the half. His team's struggling as Pippen gets one.
Pippen again for three. Wow,
catch that ball.
Nice pass from Kukoc. It counts in the foul. 10 on the 24. Malone. Beautiful shovel for Stockton. Kukoc, Jordan quiet with 14. Hannah Storm and the Prudential halftime report right after these words.
Tag able to finish.
But notice how Ostertag is Ryan Williams and Foster strong in reserve. Foster
on one. Malone over Jordan. Down to 5. And a steal by Malone. There's Russell on a breakaway. 13 from the field in the final minutes, and they missed their last 9 shots. Here's Jordan. Oh, what a move. Getting it over the outstretched arm of Greg Foster. So Chicago has reeled off 9 unanswered. Just under 8 minutes to go in the fourth. Jordan. And the tip by Brian Williams. That's able to hit. He has 31. And the Jazz lead 84-69 with just under 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Jordan for three, yes.
Bulls defense falling apart.
Utah by 14. Jordan stopped by Russell, able to shoot over him. Michael Jordan with 23. It's the Jazz 86 and the Bulls 74. Time running out on the Bulls. We approach 4 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. They're down by 14. Jordan for three, yes.
He's too good.
He has fourth quarter. He has scored the last 8 for Chicago in a variety of ways, breaking the defense down in the lane. He's hit 2 3-pointers, stopping on a dime, pulling up for the jump shot one more time with the 3-point shot. And this is not anything strange to Michael Jordan. Game 2 against Washington, having a big fourth quarter. Game number 2 against Miami with 14. Game 4 against Miami with 20. And game 1 against Utah.
And here's Jordan for three. Rebounded by Longley. Jordan gives it up. Pippen. Yes. Up. Jordan played by Stockton. We're just under 3 minutes remaining in the fourth. Pippen again with room for three. Yes. The 3-on-2. Pippen steps back to shoot the three.
That's just to give some extra advice.
Well, the Jazz now 19 of 23 at the line.
Mike Sheminsky in the white shirt, he's the buffer right there.
Yeah, Mike, the Utah trainer, passing on advice from the Senator. The Jazz 98 and the Bulls 88.
I have seen some great crossovers in my day. Tim Hardaway, Allen Iverson. But if this is not a carry, I don't know what is. Michael Jordan bearing down on Jeff Hornacek.
And look at Hornacek. Hornacek's face on the other side. Wait a second. How can you play defense if you're not going to call that?
And Michael, believe me, doesn't even need that. But he wanted to make sure that he cleared a defender and got into the lane.
10 seconds. And they're on their feet. Standing ovation for the Utah Jazz, who have been able to get back into the series with a solid performance as they defeat the Chicago Bulls 104-93. Two men with much in common. Each knows just one way to play with everything they have. Each leads his team by example and by the sheer force of his personality. Each man is his team's heart and soul. Michael Jordan has won 4 NBA titles, and there's no doubt that the Bulls are his team. Whether Chicago wins because of Jordan's heroics or because he lifts his teammates, it is Michael Jordan who fuels the fire. Karl Malone's team has never before played in the finals. The blue-collar Jazz are the embodiment of their no-nonsense leader, reliant on his strength, inspired by his passion. Utah is playing in June because Karl Malone was determined to make it happen. Two men, 2 MVPs, many similarities, and one common goal. Each man has something to prove.
The 1997 NBA Finals. Tonight, it's Game 4. The Chicago Bulls versus the Utah Jazz.
This first 2 field goal attempts. Longley, Bulls 3, and the Jazz 2. Jordan backing Russell and hitting. They double up on Stockton. Open shot for Malone. The game is tied at 6. Here's Jordan slipping it over to Pippen. Open shot for Jordan. Lead. Malone getting possession. What a pass. Oh, beautiful pass. Malone to Stockton who went back door. And the Jazz leading by 3. Hopper at first trying to post up Stockton. Sloppy passing by the Bulls here at the start. Now Jordan one-on-one with Russell and put on the move to set up the fadeaway. Just did beat the 24-second buzzer.
Even winding down for Michael, he realizes it, knows he's going to have to force something up, but able to back Russell in and create just enough airspace to get that jump shot off.
Man, there's nothing anyone can do defensively about that. Russell played him as well as you could. The biggest thing there is don't get frustrated when he makes plays like that.
Doing it against Jordan, and the Jazz up by 2. And here's Jordan, crowd on the travel. No call made as he tied the game.
Well, he covered a lot of territory there. Everybody in the stands giving the traveling signal. But I thought Michael held that right foot, the pivot foot, and held it strong and just elongated himself into the shot.
Hornacek with the fake on Jordan to set it up. And John reporting that apparently Dennis Rodman did suffer an upset stomach, but he will be all right as Steve Kerr is able to knock it down. He's seething, saying that they lost their will against the Chicago Bulls, and they were certainly able to turn it around in Game 3. Scottie Pippen getting the roll.
That's every time is the pick and roll with Stockton. Steve Kerr having all kinds of difficulty.
Michael Jordan off the mark on the 3, but Kukoc is able to take it away from Foster. Nice pass from Kerr, setting it up for Williams.
With a couple of rebound edge early in the second quarter.
Pippen broke it up. Alert defensive play. Pippen chased by Stockton, able to beat him, protected the dribble, and then was able to knock it down to give the Bulls a 1-point lead, and Jerry Sloan wants to talk it over. The ball, 6 minutes left in the first half. The lead for Pippen went too deep. He had to save it. Kukoc, yes, Tony Kukoc hits the 3. He's beginning to hit his shots. Still not himself because of the foot injury, but
starts with your feet, Marv. Unless you can practice at full speed every day, everything is going to be luck. As Steve Kerr, great steal, irritates tough.
Ryan Williams with the finisher. John Stockton felt that he was fouled
and made the mistake.
He has 11. The Bulls by 2. Here's Kukoc again. Tony Kukoc with his second consecutive 3. Rodman at the post. Pippen. Jordan open. Rebound Pippen. Scottie Pippen on a putback in.
2 minutes.
Jordan trying to brush Rush off Stockton, and he did.
Chicago has not been able to capitalize on Scotty down low against Hornacek.
Ostertag saving the pass. Hornacek had the hot hand in the first half. Malone, Stockton for three, yes. Pippen fortunate to keep it alive. Longley, oh, a facial served up by Luke Longley.
Scotty and Michael are running, but the rest of the Bulls are not.
Here comes Hornacek. He was cut off by Hopper. Malone. Oh, Rodman reaching out for Malone, and he's hit with a technical foul. And look, blocked by Pippen, but recovered. And here's Russell for three.
That post feed and split has been good to them.
Foul is called. Pippen on the drive, took the hit, and has some words with Ostertag. He did not like what he felt was a hard foul given up by Greg Ostertag, and from
a lot of staring there.
As the scuffle broke out, Michael Jordan on the bench resting holds the guys back and says, hey, no suspensions.
All right, thanks, Mark. Just moments ago, Dennis Rodman was the one that complained about a big cutout of himself underneath the basket that this fan was waving around. He told Dick Bavetta, and Dick Bavetta had the cutout removed, and the fan gone also, Mark.
Pippen was trying to use the screen, and he does. Shot clock at 3. Isley had a force. Met by Kerr. Malone being played by Williams. Malone, yes. Malone, John Stockton is back, played by Steve Kerr. Malone, yes. And then to operate. Kukoc with the screen. Kukoc for three. Jordan now working Russell. Michael Jordan has not scored in the second half. Jazz. Malone, yes. Jordan with only 2 points since the first quarter. Trying to get back into it, and he does.
Taking it to the rim. Michael Jordan, when he decides he wants to get there, he can, or he can draw contact.
In your face, Marv.
Here's Stockton. With a 65-61 lead, and Jordan off the fake cuts it down to a 2-point lead. Could not take advantage. Now Jordan off the fake. Yes.
That's the key to the play. But Russell does a good job at least forcing Michael further behind that backboard, and I don't know how he missed the side.
And here's Jordan. And tipped home by Pippen. 6 from the field here on the 4th.
Wow, Michael's not going to get a higher percentage shot as the Utah defense didn't shut down. Feeling it with the jump shot. A tough one there as he was challenged by Brian Russell.
Be like robots, Jerry Sloan yelling at his guys. Be aggressive, be assertive, and don't let Michael Jordan get a 6-foot jump shot.
Oh, how about he almost got about 6 feet in the air. How about that elevation? He was going to make sure he got up over everybody to release.
Roll left in the 4th. Malone again from the outside. Rebounded by Pippen, and here comes Jordan. Chase from the angle. Michael Jordan puts it away on the breakaway. And the Bulls lead by 5.
On the shot clock, Carl's not pushing hard enough. Stockton tries to get it all back with the 3.
John Stockton with an enormous shot to bring the Jazz within 2. We approach 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Jordan to the fadeaway. Yes! Jordan puts the move on Russell. And lost it to Stockton. Here's John Stockton on the breakaway. And rejected by Jordan. What a foul. And the 4th quarter. Game 4 of the NBA Finals with the Bulls up 2 games to 1. And Jordan comes up court. Stockton fires down on Malone. And the Jazz have taken a 1-point lead.
The situation Carl's dreamed of for a week.
Hits on both. The Bulls now need a 3-pointer. Trailing by 3. Jordan with 10 seconds. He fires the 3. the big story here tonight, the story concerning Michael Jordan's physical conditions. This Jordan arriving about 2 hours ago. He is suffering from flu-like symptoms. Made his way onto the court just moments ago, and as you see right here, looking a bit shaky. He was up all last night, spent all day in bed, did not eat at all, did not go to the shoot-around earlier today, did not practice, so his status is uncertain.
Ahmad far out of his range there. I just don't think Carl had any idea what the shot clock was.
And Jordan trying to slip it, and then took it back and hit. So Michael Jordan, despite visibly shaken by the flu symptoms, connecting from the corner to tie the game at 2.
Utah's got the quick start that they needed to keep the crowd into it.
And Michael Jordan able to line drive it home for his second field goal.
Low 80s.
Stockton got the step. Jordan being played by Russell. Hoffer for 3. Yes.
Malone's class, but
ball knocked away by Malone, but able to recover. There is the first bucket for Sandon Anderson. Let's just move off the dribble to beat Kerr.
Oh, the look on Michael Jordan's face. He is so frustrated. He cannot give up offensive rebounds on missed free throws.
And here's Morris. Morris, here's Malone. Yes. Opening quarter, Chicago just 5 to 15. Michael Jordan is back, putting the move on Chris Morris. Antoine Carr putting the spin on Luke Longley. Well, some time in his postseason career that he went an entire game without a free throw.
Well, the Jordan,
pretty pass to set it up for Carr. Michael Jordan looking exhausted here in the second quarter, playing with flu-like symptoms.
It's been very good to Utah, almost so much that they forgot to go to inside game because the left side of the floor.
Michael Jordan's had to carry so much of the load as Hornacek back-to-back horrible turnovers for Utah.
And Jordan puts moves on Hornacek. 24. Kukoc for 3. Jordan finding Longley, looking to get a foul call. Kukoc. Jordan shoveled to Hopper, over to Pippen, and Scottie Pippen went glass. The 16-point lead has been cut to 7. So Stockton and Hopper were pushing on the lineup. Jordan to the crossover. Yes. Not bad for a guy playing with flu symptoms. A little bit more reluctant about taking those outside shots. Pippen able to. Here's a mismatch. Hornacek got help. Pippen off the fake, dumped it off. Longley, yes, and it counts.
Drawing some fouls. The officials are used to seeing that, and of course you got the Jazz in the penalty, put the pressure on them.
Carry that load, and along with Scottie Pippen, really the only 2 guys who can say that they've been doing it.
Well, Bill, in particular with the way Chicago's offense has dipped as the and Jordan with 12 of his 16 points here in the second quarter. It's down to a 3-point Jazz lead. And the steal by Jordan. Putting behind the back on Russell. He turned it around and fed it to Pippen. And tipped home by Jordan. What a play by Michael Jordan.
Well, John Stockton out of control. Passing on the move right into the hands of Michael Jordan with Scottie Pippen filling the lane for the nice finish, and Jordan not taking anything for granted, finishing off. Stockton in all kinds of trouble, tries the Dennis Rodman flop, doesn't get the whistle there. Jordan to the line.
At one point led 36-20, 3 minutes into the second. And the Chicago Bulls have taken a 1-point lead with 2.5 left. In the first half by Jordan, it'll be 22 trips to the line, only 12 in all of Game 4.
And it must be said, Michael Jordan is not feeling well. It's obvious on his face yet. Playing brilliantly.
Final second. Here comes Russell, chased by Longley.
And it was the first time I had seen a smile on his face, but the smile was looking back at me like, are you kidding? I am really sick. I asked Chip Schaefer, the trainer. He said he's exhausted, totally dehydrated, and a little bit out of it.
The walking, standing, leaning over, saying, will somebody please make a shot so I can feel better later. Harper's doing a much better job on John Stockton in the third here.
Oh, the tip by Longley.
Ostertag was great. Karl Malone's got the 3 fouls. Has to play very smart here.
Nice pass. Jordan to the cutting Longley. And the Chicago down by 2. Jordan got the step. Jordan has tied the game at 63. From the field, only 4 rebounds. Shot clock. Brian Williams. Oh, he enjoyed that one. A little stare from Brian. Russell for 3. Yes. To the neck of Michael, who has been exhausted right from the start, playing with what are being called flu-like symptoms.
Michael Jordan is still the best player in basketball. He's on top of his game. He is so sick right now. He'd love to be lying down on a bed somewhere, and he's still playing well, although had a very quiet third quarter.
Their second of 4 times. It is 2-2 right now in this game number 5 as Michael Jordan cuts it to a 5-point Jazz lead. Antoine Carr, and here is Chris Mars.
and that'll buy Karl Malone another 30 seconds or another minute of rest. Time and score will dictate when Karl Malone comes back in.
Chris Mars with 11 points off the bench. Jordan, yes, the Jazz 77 and the Bulls 71 with Cuban and Pippen able to come up with it on the deflection. Jordan fires for 3. Yes. And he's tied the game at 77. And he did it in casual form. And you can see how exhausted Michael Jordan is.
Where is that bench? He gets there and sits back, and they put the ice bag on his neck. He won't even take the Gatorade.
He doesn't want to waste any energy. No high fives, no lifting water to his mouth. He is exhausted.
A heroic performance by Michael Jordan. He had Anderson cheating over. Shot clock at 7. Jordan shooting. Yes. Shot by Rodman. And double team. Pippen knocked it aside. Picked up, recovered though. Stockton for 3. Point, Jazz lead. Bulls have missed their last 6 shots. Jordan, yes. But Jazz by 1 during the season. And the game is tied at 85. Jordan able to scoop up the loose ball for the possession with 40 seconds remaining. The game tied at 85. 10 on the shot clock. Pippen backing Hornacek. Here's Jordan from 3. Yes. Michael Jordan from straight away. It looks like he's a boxer just hanging on along the ropes, but able to hit for a 3-point Chicago lead. Beautiful feed. Ostertag cuts it to 1.
You got a foul right now. You got a foul. Karl Malone, what are you doing?
We're down to 10 seconds.
You got a foul.
As they open the floor, Luke Longley able to put it home from Tony Kukoc. 3-point Chicago lead with 6 2/10 seconds to go in the 4th quarter.
That's hard to believe that you could lose.
Post up Scotty, and then for no reason they double team Scotty down low and leaving Michael Jordan. He knocks down this 3, gives him the huge lead, and then the total exhaustion on the bench. Michael Jordan sucking air, got the back massage from Scottie Pippen. I think Chicago just fouls right here. It makes it a free throw game the rest of the way.
Can score on a tip.
Positioning at the line after this first free throw will be critical. But John Stockton not able to hit, and that will do it because they're 3 points down. And now he hits the second. 2/10 of a second remaining. The inbounds, and the Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz to take a 3-2 lead. They win it 90-88. A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan. A performance that I think will go down as one of the greatest of his career because of the situation. Let's go to Ahmad Rashad. Ahmad?
Michael, one of the great performances, the way you were feeling. You played 44 minutes. It was all about will.
Yeah, you know, it's all about desire. You just got to come out here and do what you got to do. We wanted it real bad, you know, and me as a leader, I had to come out and do my best, and hopefully the team could rally around me and come out and make contributions.
Never any doubt down the stretch. How weak were you?
I was really tired. I was very weak. At halftime, I told Phil that use me in spurts. But, I mean, somehow I found the energy.
Tonight, the game's greatest player hopes to soar to another title. And Stockton with the beautiful move to beat Harper off the dribble, and Harper looking around saying, where is the help? Which would set up a 7th and final game here at the United Center on Sunday night. Pippen, yes. And if nobody can block that shot, just go ahead and shoot it. And here's Pippen again. This time, Scottie Pippen going glass, so the Bulls lead by 2. In early foul trouble, just picked up a second personal. Now Jordan trying to go to work on Russell, and he got it.
Still pretty good defense by Brian Russell, thinking that Michael Jordan wants to penetrate, go to the basket. Backed off a little bit, going to see if he can make some perimeter shots. He
virtually every time.
And here's Jordan, yes. And you can see Michael Jordan looking sharp here in the early going. Not
get a lot of those shots, Mark. You cannot ever hesitate.
Williams with the step and a facial.
Well, when you're guarding Brian Williams, you think of him as a left-hander, but he has developed a good move going to his right and has had a number of them in this series.
And Brian, a lot of dribbling.
Isley, though, able to penetrate off the dribble.
Because he didn't need anything said to him. He said, if you're not ready for this game, you better get into another business. But there is one thing that's interesting to point out, Mark. The Utah Jazz have only won 17 road playoff games in the past 14 years. Compare that to Houston in 1995. They won 9 in that playoff series. Mark
finds the open Foster. Oh, way off.
Watch your face.
And Scottie Pippen.
Oh, terrific job by Brian Williams, who
anticipate the ball coming off wildly.
Foul was called on Anderson, putting Jordan Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, right here. Anderson. And back comes Jordan. Here's Michael Jordan.
This is, in fact, the only fast break opportunity for Chicago in this first half. And it's not even a number situation. 3-on-3, but when the guy with the ball can do that, you don't necessarily need numbers.
Started up here in Chicago.
And obviously Karl Malone very unhappy with that call by Steve Javie with all the banging going on. He's going to say, are you going to call that? The hand is part of the ball. And normally you would get that call. But, of course, it's Michael Jordan shooting it in the United Center in Chicago.
How about Chicago with 29 points and just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half? Jordan for 3. Yes. From the line. He has 14 points. And the funnel by Malone. So
perfect pass after he was completely shut down. A thing of beauty to watch.
And for Kukoc, his first field goal. Malone from Stockton. Setting up for a final shot, directing traffic. Out of 3. Here's Jordan getting the step and hitting. 6/10 of a second remaining. Oh, Malone and Rodman bumping each other. Joe Crawford 7 on the road. Several teams have won Game 7 on the road. While the Chicago Bulls are hoping to wrap it up here tonight. And Michael Jordan cuts it to a 5-point Utah lead. 2-2 here at home during the regular season. That's the best mark in the league. It counts in the foul.
Uncharacteristic place for Scottie Pippen. He usually is better when he just spontaneously goes in there or slashes in.
Nice play by Hornacek, and then Pippen got rejected. And look out. Whoa.
Make the short one to the near side of the field.
Now Jordan posting up and finishes with the fadeaway.
Pippen, and here comes Jordan.
Jordan putting moves on Stockton. Jordan putting moves on Hornacek and going the distance. Foul number 4 on Luke Longley.
Michael Jordan working in the post now, getting into the lane, surrounded by 3 Utah Jazz players, but able to hang in the air and fade. And Karl Malone thought he was fouled by Pippen, was arguing with the official all the way back. Did not help in transition defense, and that left Michael all alone with Hornacek.
Jordan just moves so much better than everybody else. The way Dr. J did, the way Elgin Baylor did. Wide open, he's hot. You're going to go away from him. Why?
Hornacek, yes. Utah by 7. The Bulls have missed their last 5 shots and some sloppy pass work. Jordan, yes. He thought he was fouled.
How is that not a foul? Ostertag hammering down.
In a animated conversation with Bennett Salvatore. That's 3 on Dennis.
Terrific pass by Dennis Rodman as Michael Jordan had to hang in the air those extra couple of seconds as only he can, knowing he's in trouble with the 7'2" shot blocker, but he was just able to outlast Ostertag.
And apparently they changed the foul call.
It was, or more importantly, do this, get to the foul line.
And when they win, 40 attempts in 3 games, terrific average, not getting to the line at all in the losses.
6-point Utah lead. Jordan shaking off Russell, going to the reverse, rebounded by Williams.
Look about Randy Brown at the offensive end. He'll be looking to help out on Jordan or Pippen.
Oh, Jordan scooped it up on the steal. Only the first illegal defense that was called. It counts in the foul. Bounce back performance by the Jazz after the loss at home. Oh, what a shot by Isley. Piece of it. Jordan way off after the fake. Whistler has to fire it. And hits. That could. Here's Kerr on a quick release. Steve Kerr with a 2-pointer. It's down to 5.
And Chicago is going to have to figure out how they want to play these pick and rolls.
By Stockton. Pippen for 3. Yes. Utah needs a timeout. The Bulls are within 2. And Jerry Sloan will talk it over. Green by Williams. Kerr for 3. Yes. Malone. Yes.
Finally.
Jordan. Yes. And Williams. Jordan.
You can't just open up the floodgates.
Oh, there's no...
Burning Scottie Pippen and Shandon Anderson cannot convert the layup.
That's the second time he's blown the layup, and this time Jordan comes right back. Anderson thought he was fouled. No foul to a 7th game. Jordan with the spin. Yes. And the Bulls lead by 3. Utah has 3. Malone over Rodman.
Yes. Been the man in the 4th quarter. So far in this one, 8 points as he drives by Shannon Anderson. Pulls up too quickly over Hornacek, and then a turn-away jump shot over Brian Russell as Michael Jordan wants that ball in his hands. And it has been all the 4th quarters where Michael Jordan has done the most damage, averaging just under 11 in that 4th quarter.
Put up to Kerr. Jordan. Yes.
Jordan huge so far. Now it's Karl Malone's time to battle the MVP.
Well, Hornacek had to save that pass from Malone. Here's Russell for 3. An enormous shot by Brian Russell. He's 5 of 8 from downtown. He's tied the game at 86.
Terrific.
10 on the 24. Stockton getting the screen. Stockton with the pass, finding Anderson, the good miss on a reverse.
For the shot, and keep an eye on Scottie Pippen. He is going to touch the rim right there before that shot is even actually grabbed it. Jerry Sloan all over the officials wanting a goaltend there.
That timeout, Michael Jordan kept saying over and over, give it to me, give it to me.
So tied at 86, 4-second differential between the 24-second clock and the game clock. It is Michael Jordan time. Scottie Pippen looking for Michael Jordan. Checks the clock, 5 on the 24. Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. Kerr does. Steve Kerr. 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Jazz.
Well, the question was, would they come double Michael Jordan? Stockton game. Steve Kerr, reminiscent of John Paxson in '93.
A game on the line, one shot to take. The man to take it, according to Barkley, would be Steve Kerr.
Well, he wanted it, and he told Michael Jordan in that huddle, as the barbershop told us, if my man leads to double Stockton, I am stepping right into that shot, and Steve let it go with confidence.
Remaining in regulation, the inbound. Pippen rolls it to Kukoc, and the Chicago Bulls have won their 5th championship in the last 7 years. Just 0.6 of a second remaining. It's a 4-point lead. There will. Now probably they'll say now it's over. To Michael Jordan, who finished as the runner-up in the regular season, to Karl Malone. Capacity crowd remaining. We have lots more to come. We'll be talking to some of the key members from both teams. We'll have the presentation of the championship trophy by NBA Commissioner David Stern and Karl Malone. And the man who hit the game winner, Steve Kerr, out of the University of Arizona in his 9th NBA season, had not been shooting well throughout the series. We mentioned the critical shot he missed from deep in the corner in game number 4. But he hit the big one here this evening.
Well, it was 2 games ago that Phil Jackson challenged Steve Kerr to get much tougher and more physical defensively against John Stockton, telling him that he was going to stay with him if he gave it to him at the defensive end. In Game 5, Steve Kerr got tangled up with Stockton on a couple of occasions. In fact, getting it technical, but that big field goal by Steve Kerr has to make him feel very, very good.
Well, this capacity crowd remaining. We have lots more to come. We'll be talking to some of the key members from both teams. We'll have the presentation of the championship trophy by NBA Commissioner David Stern and the announcement and presentation of the NBA Finals MVP trophy. We'll be back in Chicago after this from your local station.
If you've missed any of NBC... Miller Lite congratulates the NBA champion Chicago Bulls. After over 100 games this season, for a 5th time, it's Miller time.
Welcome back to the United Center in Chicago. The Bulls have defeated the Jazz 90-86 to take the NBA Finals in 6 to make it 5 championships the past 7 seasons. For the trophy presentation, let's join with Ray Clay on the public address.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to center court for the presentation of the 1997 NBA Finals MVP and the Larry O'Brien NBA Championship Trophy. First, let's meet your NBA champion, Chicago Bulls. First, Phil Jackson. And the Bulls coaching staff, Bill Cartwright, Frank Hamblin, Jimmy Rogers, and Tex Winter. Double-0, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Parrish. Number 1, Randy Brown. Number 7, Tony Kukoc. 25, Steve Kerr. Number 30, Judd Bushler. Number 35, Jason Caffey. Number 34, Bill Wennington. And your starters, number 33, Scottie Pippen. Number 91, Dennis Rodman. Number 13, Luke Longley. Number 9, Ron Harper. And number 23, Michael Jordan. Now for the trophy presentation, here's NBC's Ahmad Rashad.
Well, they had this party here last year, and once again, the Chicago Bulls are the 1997 champions. Now for the presentation of the 1997 championship trophy, and I'm joined by Jerry Reinsdorf, chairman, Jerry Krause, vice president of operations, co-captains Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, head coach Phil Jackson. And now for the presentation of the award, here's the commissioner, David Stern.
Two great teams showed the world the best of NBA basketball, but there can only be one champion. And the Chicago Bulls are the 1997 NBA champions. An extraordinary effort. Congratulations, Chicago. Congratulations, Chicago Bulls. Congratulations, these spectacular players. Here it is, the trophy.
The most valuable player award for 1997 finals. Once again, here's the commissioner.
Who could it be? 5 finals, 5 championships, 5 MVPs. He showed us he's the best basketball player in the world. He's got the most courage we've ever seen. Congratulations, Michael Jordan, 1997 Finals MVP. Out of 7 years, Mr. Reinsdorf, you got to feel like this is, in fact, a dynasty.
Well, it's incredible. It never gets less exciting, but we beat an incredible team. I mean, this is the toughest team that we played in the playoffs, and they really ought to be co-champions. What a courageous team Utah has, and what a great victory for our club and for our fans. Tonight, as great as our players were, the energy and the life in this building, I know, made the difference in putting them over the top. So thank you, all the fans of the Chicago Bulls.
Come on up, Phil. Now, I know the destination is important, but I know that you enjoyed this journey this year.
No, I didn't enjoy this journey. This was filled with injuries and suspensions, but we had a great run, didn't we? It was wonderful. Thank you. I want to take my hat off. Let me put it on. I want to take my hat off to the 2 leaders on this team. Scotty, and Michael, who did a wonderful job.
Phil, before you get out of here, Phil, see, it was so much fun this time. We're going to do it again next year?
Oh, man. I don't know. 3 times is nice. I know that. I can't remember when it was.
But you think you guys will get together and do it all again?
Oh, tough question to ask us right now. We're just enjoying what we're doing.
Celebrate. Go ahead and celebrate. Yes. Michael, you're named MVP, but as you accepted the trophy, you said to Scotty that he was your MVP.
Scottie Pippen, we're a tandem. It's hard to split us up. He means a lot to me when I go out and play on the basketball court. He relieves a lot of the pressure that I have to deal with. I try to do the same for him. It's hard to take this MVP by myself. He's got to take half of it. I take the trophy, he may get the car.
Scotty, the first one had to be real sweet. What about the 5th one?
This one is great. It was a lot tougher for us, a very difficult task to beat the Utah Jazz. We take our hats off to them. They gave us a hell of a series, but we stepped up as champions to do, and we brought it back home for number 5.
Yes, sir! Jerry Krause, it's got to be a proud moment for you.
Proudest moment I've had in a long time, and you're the greatest fans in the world, and that's what this is all about. Thank all of you.
All right, congratulations, Jerry. All right, let's throw it out to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you very much, Ahmad. I'm here with Steve Kerr and his son. Steve, that big shot. Michael was double teamed. You ended up with the ball. Tell us about it.
Well, Michael told me during the timeout to be ready. He said, Stockton's going to come and double me. You be ready. I said, I'll make one for you.
How many times have you watched that tape of John Paxson in the championship against Phoenix, and was that the same feeling?
I'll tell you what, it's been pretty tough to live up to John Paxson and what he did. And I'm just glad I finally made one of those big shots.
The feeling on the bench, everybody knew the ball was going to Michael, and then you ended up with it. Were you surprised? Ahmad Rashad said that you told Michael coming out of the huddle, I'm going to be open because they're going to double team you guys.
Well, Stockton's been leaving me all series, and I haven't made shots, and it's about time I made one.
All right, Steve, congratulations.
Thanks.
Let's send it back now to Marv Albert.
All right, thank you, Jim. Friday the 13th, certainly a lucky day, a very fortunate day for the Chicago Bulls. They're able to follow up on the record-breaking season of a year ago as they go 69-13 and move on to a 5th NBA title. Much more.